All right. Captain Bailey.
So many pieces to put back together since the Cerberus attack. We're reeling from the implications. Udina in league with Cerberus trying to murder the Council. These are dark days for all of us.
I would agree.
All that time you were working for Adina, did you ever suspect?
Always rubbed me a little wrong. Still, that traitorous bastard upped me. Probably made me for an idiot. I guess I proved him right.
He's dead, and you're still here, Bailey.
Thanks to you. If you hadn't shown up, Udina and Cerberus would be dancing on my grave.
See, this is another example. We're right at it. This is another example of a person overly taking responsibility for the bad actions of somebody else. Like when he says, like, you know, the bastard, you bastard up to me or whatever. Like, that's not your fault, dude. He's the human ambassador. You don't have to worry about that if he doesn't act like a jackass and pair with Cerberus. So, you know, Bailey is doing something that we've seen so many characters in Mass Effect do to this point, which is where they see somebody bad do a bad thing, and then they internalize it as somehow they had something to do with it, or they should have seen it coming. I'm all for a healthy dose of skepticism on people, but you don't want to live your life constantly worried that every single person that comes across you is going to betray you. For the most part, I think people live more happy lives if they give people the benefit of the doubt. And then remember that the accountability is on Udina for being a dick, not on Bailey for not seeing it coming. Just a very important word to the wise.
Thought you'd be in the hospital.
If I'm breathing, I'm working. Probably the worst I've ever been hurt. Fitting, I guess, given the state of the galaxy. But if Cerberus thinks a few slugs is going to keep me out of action, they've got another thing coming.
You can see also now some of the defeat on Bailey. Like, as this game has gone on, you can see people just wearing out. Like, you can see it in their eyes. You can see it in, like, the inflection of their voice. Like, people are getting tired of this shit.
How does the Citadel fit into the war now?
The war finally found us. This is so far beyond our imagination, and we have been trained to expect the unexpected. Since the coup attempt, folks are shutting down and shutting in. I hear a lot of praying and crying. They're saying this is the war to end all wars. Well, I haven't seen anything to say they aren't right.
You hear anything about your family out there?
Go find the others.
Not
No
a
one
peep.
steals my ship. Not even me.
Always believed I'd get a chance to tell my ex-wife a few things. And my kids on Earth. I was supposed to visit them. First vacation in years, but I had to cancel when I got promoted.
Don't give up hope, Bailey.
Thanks, Shepard. I'm really trying not to think about it.
Oof. Untied loose ends will make the grief of what's going on even harder. Ecto, what's up, my man? Thank you for the raid. Those of you coming along with Ecto Master, who's a good friend of the stream. Hi, I'm Dr. Mick. I'm a licensed couple and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development, and this is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games like Mass Effect. We talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things. Bring information to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. Ecto, thank you for the 16 months. Really appreciate that, man. You come in with a raid and a sub. That's double whammy, my dude. Mods, give me a shout out for Ecto, please. We use Mass Effect to illustrate psychological concepts, and I discuss the decisions that I make. So if you're into that and want to kind of see my perspective on things and hear a therapist talk about the stuff that's happening in the Mass Effect universe, this is a place to be. It is spoiler-free in chat.
I'm here if you need me.
Even though it's my 10th time playing the game, we're playing it as if it's my first. Acting. Well, welcome in, friends. Also, I just made a mark. I don't know if I made a mark after that thing with Bailey, so I made this mark. If there isn't a mark in front of this one, scroll back a little bit to the end of my conversation with Bailey.
This is a problem, boss. Cerberus has changed their ciphers, and our code breakers aren't getting anywhere at the moment. I've got our best teams working in shifts on it, but ensuring Citadel systems integrity is just going to take time. If we can get some of their field encryption tools, maybe sample ciphers. I understand. Keep trying.
All right, we'll see if we can help that dude out. Earth office, ambassador's office is now best acting skills for someone who didn't go to school for acting. It's true. It's true. Night Elf. I did act when I was a kid, but not like this. Okie dokie. So we got a lot of stuff to do on the Citadel, so we're going to just kind of walk around. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that you will see that some of the Citadel surroundings are going to be different here.
My wife was just sent back to active duty, and I'm about to get shipped out too. I was told you might be able to help me.
Of course. You're Neota's spouse, correct?
Yes. How did you know that?
We keep identity information on all permanent Citadel residents engaged in formal relationships with Asari. That way, should anyone require diplomatic aid, we can ensure prompt assistance.
It's wonderful. Then you can help me send my daughter back to my wife's family?
I'm afraid, however, that might be a bit difficult.
Boy. See, I don't envy these people in these customer service situations here. Like, you have all these people desperate to find loved ones and get help and all this stuff, and people are like, look, there ain't much I can do. And Melkor up here.
Damn it. How are we supposed to predict the moves of an enemy we don't understand? Divert to... Crap, do we have any AI-enabled fragments of Sovereign? Any Reaper code I could analyze? No? Well, then they'll keep outmaneuvering our fleet, and Asari worlds will keep burning.
I could maybe find that for you. I'll do my best. More going on over here. Let's go to Huerta and go see Thane, huh?
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please.
All good, Ecto. Have a good one, man.
Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
No, I'm seeing it here too. We're low on metagel and synthetic blood, and we don't have enough volunteers. If we could get the rings of Elune from the Salian Nebula, we could declare a cultural crisis. People would have to listen. No, they're not just symbolic. The Asari revere Elune. She wore these rings after learning medicine from Athame herself. She was like a Dalatress for your people. If we displayed her rings, we'd get more Asari support in the hospitals.
Look at this. We got people now on cots laying on the floor. Zenith, thank you for the resub. Yeah, I didn't see the notification, but I do see that you have the sub, so thank you for that, friend.
Welcome to Serta.
Medigel capacity ×2. Yeah. Take it. ×3. Yes, please.
All profits from sales go to help new medical research.
Oh, yeah, I'm buying all this.
Thank you for shopping.
What's up, Dwayne? Oh my god. This is awful. Look at this.
There's got to be something. I don't know what Cerberus was packing, but we're going to lose this patient.
Without a new treatment plan, we're stuck, and I can't think of anything beyond what we've already tried.
I know, but I can't think of anything else. Can you?
Dr. Mick spoiling himself with Medigel when these people are dying. Hey, if I don't accomplish my mission, literally everybody's gonna die. Your boy needs some extra Medigel capacity.
We need to find a way to burn off these calories, don't you?
What's up, Cassandra? Thank you for the 1,500 bits. I appreciate it. How goes your day, night? It's going well. You had to choose a Mass Effect planet to live on besides Earth. Which would you choose? Hagglas. 100%. Hagglas. I would live on the Shadow Broker ship. Thank you for the 1,500 bits, friend. I appreciate it a lot.
Paladin is very busy, but this is one of your own generals. He was stabbed with a poisoned blade by a Cerberus soldier during the attack on the Citadel. We can't identify the toxin.
Oh my god.
We're barely keeping him alive right now. It's some form of neurotoxin. If you could look at our charts... Of course, I understand. Even a general is just one man. Good luck.
I wanted to thank you, by the way. It's been a while since I've been active in chat, but I've been watching and listening to the advice you give. Turns out a lot of it has helped me find the courage to leave a crappy situation, so thank you. Oh, man, I'm so glad to have helped, Zenith. Good on you for making that decision for yourself.
Choose who lives or dies. That's not what we do. We help our patients, all of them.
That's a nice sentiment, but it won't help when we run out of supplies. I've seen this happen in combat before. And we will run out of supplies. Have you seen the projections the Administration Center made?
I have. The situation is going to get worse. What's your point?
We can't deny the facts. If we prioritize them, some of our patients are in a much better position to survive. If we take care of them first and ration our supplies, we can save some now and enable ourselves to save more later.
We cannot do that. We swore an oath to help the sick regardless of their economic situations or their places in society. Who are we to choose who lives or dies? That's not what we do.
Oh, man. Okay, so here's the issue.
Sentiment, but it won't help when we...
I need more context for this conversation. And here's why. Because if we're talking about triaging rich people over poor people, yeah, I'm not into that. If we're talking about triaging people who, like, because they have like a higher survivability rate regardless of what their status is over people who don't, because then we have to ration, I'm okay with that. Like if we're discriminating because of like socioeconomic status, you can take that shit out of here. If you're doing this because you need to like get soldiers going, or like you need to, you know, you're these like people that are going to be taking on super intensive resources that under normal circumstances would be fine, but under these circumstances, maybe saving one person is at the expense of 5. That's not great either, right? Like we can't be having that. As horrible as this is, like this is the absolute horrific status of things in this game. Is like we legitimately have galactic awfulness everywhere. Resources are scarce. We have to make hard decisions.
I have. The situation is going to get worse. What's your point?
We can't deny the facts. If we prioritize them, some of our patients are in a
See,
much
she
better
makes it
position
sound
to
like
survive.
they're trying to prioritize people who have the ability to survive and aren't going to use up as many resources to be saved. And so in that case, I'm going to use that as the context.
Not do that.
Everyone makes sacrifices in wartime. You'll make yours sooner or later.
I'm sure I will. But I'll do it without betraying my oath or my patients.
It's not that simple. If we aren't careful about this now, we'll end up losing everyone.
Then we'll find a way. Look, we have more fortunate patients, right?
Yes. And I hate to say it, but the fortunate ones have far better survival odds.
And more credits. So we ask them for donations to get more supplies for those without credits.
What? Are you saying what I think you're saying? That's... You know, that actually might work.
Not a terrible idea. The hope would be that the affluent people would follow through with that, but...
Can I help you?
I'm looking for a Drell named Thane Krios.
Well, we have a Drell, but not under that name.
He was injured. Stab wound. He's a regular patient here.
It's all right, it's all right. I see. The doctors were able to repair a lot of the trauma. However, Mr. Krios is in the final stages of Keprel's syndrome. At its worst, Keprel's syndrome interferes with his blood's ability to carry oxygen. And he lost a lot. Now, they've given him transfusions, but frankly, there was a very limited supply of Drell blood on the Citadel.
This guy shouldn't be disclosing this to me. You know, HIPAA and all. Unless Thane signed a release of information in order to talk to me. I just have to put that out there. I understand that it's wartime and all this stuff, and the game would be less interesting if we had to go through a HIPAA violation. But, like, this is a HIPAA violation. By the way, for those that don't quite understand, because there's so much misinterpretation of HIPAA right now because of all the COVID vaccine stuff. HIPAA HIPAA protects people from your medical providers disclosing your information to people you haven't authorized them to disclose it to. It does not preclude people from asking you about your health status. Okay, so like if a person, for example, asks you if you're vaccinated for COVID, that's not a violation of HIPAA. A violation of HIPAA would be if your doctor disclosed that you did or didn't have the vaccine to somebody without your authorization, or that you had a certain illness. So what this guy is doing right here by telling me everything that he did with Thane, he's literally disclosing medical treatment and history to me, which is a violation of HIPAA, because he doesn't have a release of information to talk to me. So I just want to make that point. I have no idea if being a Spectre bypasses HIPAA. Is HIPAA? So here's the thing. Whether HIPAA is actually a thing in Mass Effect here doesn't matter. I'm just using this as a chance to illustrate what it would be like if you were on Earth, not in the video game. This is what a HIPAA violation looks like. It's a medical practitioner disclosing your protected health information without your consent. I don't know if the Citadel has HIPAA. I have no idea. So this is one of those, like, using the game to illustrate psychological concepts.
I'll get more. Give me his blood type.
That's not going to work. Only one other Drell on the station is a match, and that Drell is in with him now. We did all we could to help him through surgery, but his body can't replace lost blood with new cells. Too much shock. His son, Koliat, he's in there saying his goodbyes. You might want to say yours.
Commander Shepard, my father mentioned you were no longer incarcerated. I don't know if you remember me. I'm Koliak Krios. I came to donate blood and, well, he asked me to take off his oxygen mask so he could be comfortable. I don't think it will be very long.
Oh, man. All right. This is going to be heavy, man. One of the nice things we get here is we get to talk to Thane before he passes. I actually think from a grief standpoint, this can be a very powerful thing. And I want to say this before we even talk to Thane. Being able to discuss grief with the person who you are going to grieve before that person passes can be a huge aid to the grief process. A lot of people avoid talking to the person or sharing what their experience of grief is with that person because they either don't want to burden them, they're afraid to, whatever it may be. And I am a huge proponent of assuming that the person's open to the conversation and stuff, and assuming you're not just, bombarding them with your anxiety and grief, and actually, still conversing with them and listening to how they're doing. These types of moments can be very powerful to buffering the grief process after a person passes. So what we're about to do is a pretty powerful thing. And we get to talk to his son as well.
Your father helped me save a lot of lives. I'd like to be here.
Of course.
I think we need to find a way
Commander,
to burn off these pallets.
I'm afraid I won't be joining you again.
You've done more than enough, Thane.
That assassin should be embarrassed. A terminally ill Drell managed to stop him from reaching his target.
I'll pass the word along.
There's something I must do before it gets worse. I must... Kalahira, mistress of inscrutable depths, I ask forgiveness. Kalahira, whose waves wear down stone and sand.
Kalahira, wash the sins from this one and set him on the distant shore of the infinite spirit.
Goliath, you speak as the priests do. You have been spending time with them.
I brought a prayer book. Commander, would you care to join me?
Yes. This is not a time to make a statement about my spirituality. This is about what's important to Koliat and to Thane. I am not going to be a dick about religious and spiritual preferences right before this person is about to die. Don't be that person.
Kalahira, this one's heart is pure, but beset by wickedness and contention.
Guide this one to where the traveler never tires, the lover never leaves, the hungry never starve. Guide this one, Kalahira, and he will be a companion to you as he was to me. Call yet? There's something I don't understand. His last moments were those of a hero. Why pray for salvation?
The prayer was not for him, Commander. He has already asked forgiveness for the lives he has taken. His wish was for you.
Goodbye, Thane. You won't be alone long.
Whew. Oh. Man. What a bro, man. His dying moments to have already done his reconciliation and then to pass that to me. Ooh. Oh. Man. We've already seen in the last 2 episodes of this. We've watched a friend die. That's hard, man. And we've watched people die from a threat that we've been trying to warn people about for a long time. And now we walk out into the hospital and we see people literally laying on the floors because we don't have enough room in the hospital after the Citadel got attacked. Shit's real, man. Also, I'm pretty sure Thane's eye movement there is just like a graphical glitch. It was a little weird, though. Oh, man. Such a cool moment, though. I should clarify what I said about the religion thing, by the way. Like, it's okay if you were to say something like, no, you go ahead. Like, I think if Shepard says that, it's fine, too. It's the people who are like, you know, oh, well, why do we need that, you know, bullshit at this time like this or whatever.
So,
like, that's the kind of stuff that's like,
to bathe
dude.
and you only want to talk to another Asari.
Yes. Can I have a gun?
I'm sorry, no.
Maybe I could be transferred to another hospital then. Someplace unsecured. I could have a gun then, right? And no humans. Wherever you transfer me, it shouldn't have humans.
The humans are our allies. You don't trust them?
No, it's not that. How are my eyes? What color are they right now?
Maybe you could tell me what happened.
Oof. I don't know enough to be able to comment much on that. But that vigilance, man, that would be a hallmark of PTSD. For sure.
One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
Alliance operatives need arms and armor. They go to Casa Fabrication. Casa,
All right. Back at the Commons where there's stuff littered everywhere. This doesn't seem like a time to buy
even during times of crisis.
fish.
We appreciate your visit.
I recovered the Book of Plenix. It's waiting for you in Bay D-24.
Earth Clan. This is a priceless gift. Thank you. You may help my people remember themselves.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
These conduits channel massive quantities of thermal energy via a thermal conductive gel. They're typically used in cooling system and large stable ESO drive cores. Hey, we need those. Good, good, good.
Don't be left out in the cold. Ask about our full service warranties.
It's my money and I'm closing my account.
Your account helps fund Citadel defense.
I've never bought fish in this game. Just feels irresponsible. Yeah, it just seems a little weird.
And if Cerberus attacks again and takes the Citadel, my money is gone. I'll take my chances on my own. Thank you.
So you're fleeing the Citadel? Running to Sanctuary? If you trust the Council, you'll stay here.
Why should I trust them? They couldn't stop Cerberus. What could they possibly do about the Reapers?
Nothing if you take your money and hide.
Have you seen Palaven or Earth? You can't escape this war. At least here you've got the Council fighting for you.
But to fight, they need money. Money this
I think we
bank
need
has
to find
loaned
a way
them
to
using
burn off
accounts
these
like
calibers,
yours.
don't you?
Okay. Okay, damn it. Leave the account open.
Besides, how can someplace like Sanctuary promise more safety than the Citadel?
You're right. Guess all we can do is hope for the best.
I mean, the Citadel's not exactly safe after the Cerberus attack. Kai, thanks for the 100 bits, by the way. And Cassandra, thanks you for the 500 bits. Do you think Shepard feels vindicated by the Reapers basically being now, considering the last two games basically shouted it from the rooftops? No, I don't. So I think if Shepard paid attention to vindication because the Reapers came, that's a very, like, ass-backwards way to look at it. I think Shepard would much rather have not been right. Right? Like, vindication in the form of giant machines coming down and obliterating organic life by the tens of millions, I would hardly call vindication. Vindication would be like if Shepard was saying, like, the Chicago Cubs are going to win the 2187 World Series. I know it, for like 2 years, and then the Chicago Cubs won the 2187 World Series. But giant death machines are coming to kill millions of us, and people don't believe them, and then they show up. I have a hard time believing that Shepard's going to sit there going, yeah, I told you so. That would be a little weird to me. Let's keep rolling. The air quality's gone down. We got explosions everywhere.
Can't believe how hard the doctors are working to keep that terrorist bastard alive.
He's in intensive care?
He got blasted by Cerberus. They think he's just another victim.
The wounded Batarian. Spectre terminal updated. Okay, map updated. Boy, we got a lot of shit going on.
Another Cerberus trap? Bomb or turret? How many this time? Clear the area until you've done a full sweep. We need a way to find their tech and shut it off safely.
Jesus.
No, E-Crime still doesn't have anything. The tech they got off the bodies of a few Cerberus engineers self-destructed when they took it apart. Not much we can do, except pick up the pieces after another turret guns down on Mom and her kids.
These are control schematics for Cerberus turrets. Will these help?
Damn right they will. I'll have E-Crimes dig into them. Might even help us find the little presents Cerberus left for us. Thanks a lot. This is gonna save you.
All right. Kind of a throwback to Mass Effect 2, but how do you feel about the Batarian relay? Honestly, it shook me more than Overlord. Oh, man. That mission's nuts. Because that basically already hamstrings the Batarians before the Reapers arrive. That's a tough call to make, man. It's like, do we basically kill 300,000 Batarians to delay the Reapers so that we're able to prepare better? I mean, oh God. An argument could be made that the Reapers were going to take out those Batarians anyway, so if we could delay it, like if the Reapers made it through that relay, the Batarians would have been the first one out anyway. It's kind of one of those, like, you know, do you sacrifice them up front so that you buy time for the rest of the galaxy? Not that it mattered, because people still didn't believe us, but... Ugh, God. Yeah, no, that's a moral dilemma and a half. Looking to buy this, would you recommend? I love sci-fi and RPGs, but I have a bad history with enjoying BioWare games. Never played a Mass Effect. Oh man, if you like sci-fi and RPGs, this is the creme de la creme, Slender. Highly recommended. Hey, madame. Also, Taco, good to see you.
Scene contains large scorch marks, like the 3 fatalities. The entire area shot to hell. Precision shots. I heard the Geth use jamming towers to prevent auto-targeting. If we had tech like that, we might save some lives next time somebody attacks the city.
No, the Tupari machine.
You want my security vids, bring me a warrant.
You're stonewalling me? Those vids could be vital to the war effort.
I doubt the Reapers have agents doing business in my cafe.
We're trying to protect you.
Hell of a job you're doing. See those scorch marks? Cerberus killed one of my servers right there. Where were you?
Hey, I lost friends too. If you care about finding the Cerberus informants who made it happen, you'll give me the vids.
I don't really understand why I would support shop owner here.
We're at war. If you care about the safety of the Citadel, you'll help CSEC however you can.
Thank you, Commander.
I have some high-profile customers. If word gets out that I'm ratting them out to CSEC.
You think I care about insider trading or electronic smuggling right now? I'm after the bastards who attacked the Citadel. Nobody else. You've got my word.
All right. Just I hope it helps.
Yeah, triage, baby. Yeah, let me go slam somebody for insider trading while we have Reapers trying to destroy. It's just the vocal lines in the surroundings are always a little bit lower than usual ideograms, so I know the volume's a little bit funky. Big choices scare me. Yeah, I mean they're hard, but at the same time, I would argue that these games are a really good practice for making big decisions because the ramifications aren't actually real. They're just, it's in a video game, so.
If we'd kept digging a few hours longer, we'd have gotten the obelisk of Karza. I know the Hades Nexus is off limits. I'm not an idiot. Damn it, the Alliance needs that thing right now. The obelisk of Karza was supposed to contain Prothean language translations, like the Rosetta Stone for Protheans. Think of how much it could have helped us understand.
Probably a lot. I wonder if Javik was to walk around here, like what people would think. Like, wait a second, is that a Prothean? What the hell?
Welcome to Casa Fabrication Weaponry.
All goods have been marked down with our special wartime discount.
Thank you for shopping at Casa
I
Fabrication.
mean, you buy a couple model planes, though. I'm okay with that.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods. Thank you for shopping at Nosastra Sporting Goods.
Told anyone we have a Prothean? No, not yet.
Seen the vids about Paladin?
Yes, of course. Anything for our troops.
Meeting my favorite food and drink streamer on Monday, and she's going to teach me how to make cheese wieners. Nice! Wiener expert? Love to hear that. That'll be awesome. All right, what's up, Liara?
Hello, Shepard. Nice to see you. I missed this place.
Nice to see you, too. Apparently you don't want to have deep conversation right now. That's okay. I respect it.
People have a right to defend themselves.
If you start selling weapons to everyone on the Citadel, CSEC will shut this whole place down.
CSEC couldn't protect us when Cerberus attacked. I'll take them to court.
You think a court is going to want more people running with guns right now?
Then I'll go to the wards and sell from the back room at Purgatory.
People are already scared. If you violate weapons laws, they'll just be scared and trigger happy.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? We are absolutely... No.
Would a bunch of civilians shooting at anything that moves make the Citadel safer?
The commander's right. Maybe if the council organizes a civilian militia with training. Otherwise, they'll just panic and get themselves killed.
I just want people to be safe.
I know, but second-guessing CSEC isn't the way. What if we submit a proposal to start a militia?
Okay, that'd be something.
There you go. Yeah, we're not just going to give scared people guns.
Welcome to Agor Munitions.
What is this, the United States of America?
Armory. Thank you for shopping. Welcome to Cipertine Armory.
We appreciate your visit.
Commander Shepard, do you have a minute?
Oh, I got a minute.
Can I help you?
Jordan Knowles, E-Crimes. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. I've got a potential security leak. I haven't seen anything major yet, but better to be safe, right? If you've got time to help, check out this console.
Got it. Looks like a collection of access codes.
They're Batarian diplomatic codes, from back when they had an embassy on the Citadel. If you can use your Spectre access to find them, I can shut them down.
I can access restricted intel at the Spectre office in the embassy. If I find anything, I'll let you know.
Should have come here first. Can do.
We have to keep enforcing the law. Same as always. Without that, everything goes to hell.
Look at Paladin, my friend. We're in hell. We should be looking for terrorists. The rest can take care of itself.
So the bar fights, the drunken disorderlies down by that purgatory place?
How does cracking down on that crap help us win the war? People need to blow off steam right now.
And how does letting the misdemeanors go help the war?
Less time spent on the light stuff means the Citadel has more money for defense.
Yeah, we don't have time for ticky-tack shit, man. Sorry, buddy.
Everyone on the Citadel knows we're at war now. Cerberus caught C-Sec by surprise last time. You need to make sure that never happens again.
That's what I'm saying. Forget the small stuff. Support defense and security and take down anyone who threatens the peace.
You make it sound like we're under martial law.
After a coup attempt during wartime, maybe we should be.
I mean, we gotta let shit go.
Maybe you're right.
It's like when I go to the Indianapolis 500 every year. There are cops everywhere. And the only thing those cops are trying to make sure happens is that people don't drunk drive and that people don't do stupid shit. If you're doing anything that's even like kind of like minor but would normally be a problem, they're gonna look the other way because they got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger fish to fry right now.
Look, the asshole's in custody now. Killing him won't bring anyone back.
It's about justice. The man is a traitor and a murderer. You saw what he did to your wife, to my husband.
And didn't bat an eyelash. He's evil, there's no doubt.
What's going on here?
I'm in position at C-Sec. Draw them away, and I'll move in and make the kill.
Don't answer that. Don't you?
Scrambo, thank you for the 500 bits. Appreciate that.
Unlock this damn thing and go find the other.
Oh, Sean!
Steals my shit. Not even me.
What's up, big dog? Hey, everybody coming along with Sean. Hope you had a wonderful night watching Resident Evil 7. For those who don't know, Sean's the person who does all the video stuff for this stream. So show him some love. Follow him. Those of you coming along with Sean, you know who I am. I'm Dr. Mick, licensed couple and family therapist, PhD in human development, and this is Game Sessions with a Therapist. We're playing Mass Effect 3, and if for some reason you don't know this, it's spoiler-free. It's my 10th time going through Mass Effect, but we're playing it as if it's my first. Sean, I hope you had a wonderful stream, buddy. I love you.
No, the Krogan are the only race that can fight on the toxic world, so they need support. Well, ideally, something like a Cacliosaur. They're good in mountains, immune to toxins, ferociously loyal to their riders. Yes, they'd be ideal. Unfortunately, they were driven to extinction during the Rachni War. So, unless we can engineer something new, Krogan on toxic worlds will have to fight on foot without support.
Glad I can just eavesdrop on these conversations and know exactly where to go to find this stuff. Let me scour the galaxy for you, friends. Because I got the Normandy.
You should be shot. Gorex wanted for 6 bombings. 6.
Oh, baby. What's up, Sylvan? All right, let's go back to Spectre requisitions.
Spectre status recognized. 1 moment, please.
This game really does love its errand missions. I mean, there's a lot of like really random small stuff. I mean, the good news is they try their best to make sure that the side missions actually make a difference toward the war effort. So I am glad that that's the case. But yeah, some of it is like, oh, okay. We had an attachment theory conversation at one point in the game. That's awesome. I love that. Love to hear that. Oh shit, look at this. Batarian access codes. With Spectre level access codes, it's possible to bypass standard security protocols and track top level diplomatic dispatches. Location of consoles accessed using suspect ciphers will be uploaded to Spectre's Omni tool and highlighted for easy detection. Sweet. Also, Sean, you better say yes to that, and you know what I'm talking about right now. King, thank you for gifting that sub to Sylvan. I appreciate it. A Batarian patient named Gorek is located in a makeshift clinic in the temporary refugee camp at Docking Bay E-24. He's suffering from undisclosed but severe injuries. Medical staff from Huerta Memorial have provided painkillers, but there's no viable long-term treatment. Because the Batarian hegemony refuses to share records, no data on Gorek is available prior to his arrival on the Citadel. CSEC has requested a number of surveillance warrants in an attempt to find evidence that would incriminate Cerberus informants on the Citadel. Officers have tapped public surveillance feeds but do not have legal access to provide security feeds, or to private security feeds. Spectre authorization would enable CSEC to tap into business feeds without informing civilian agencies. Let's go ahead and authorize that. First, Irune financial report. This financial report is for top-level embassy access only. According to financial estimates from First Irune Investment Trusts, a division of Elcos Combine, the Citadel races cannot sustain the cost of the war effort for more than 1 year. Although military spending has stimulated certain market sectors, shortages and rationing in other areas have depressed the financial system. Civilian discretionary spending has fallen, except in entertainment areas like escapist vids and drinking. First, Irune is borrowing heavily to provide funds for key functions across the Citadel, but if the war does not end within the next year, galactic financial collapse is inevitable. Authorized civilian militia. CSEC has fielded requests for a civilian militia to defend the Citadel in the event of another attack. Many CSEC officers believe a militia would benefit the Citadel's state of readiness and improve morale, but they lack funds and clearance for the program. Spectre authorization would allow CSEC to begin training civilian volunteers using funds normally allocated to executive bonuses. Go. Medical supplies. Medical supplies originally meant for occupied zones have been rerouted to the Citadel because the Reaper invasion has made delivery impossible. The supplies are currently in lockdown on the docks, but can be released to Huerta Memorial under Spectre authority. Boom. Done. All right. Good shit. Mass Effect is a series I love for some moments, even if it is a game can cause actual serious emotions. Overlord Project Mass Effect 2 is an example. Yeah. Project Overlord is intense. Very, 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 very intense, for sure. Okay. Oh my god, look at all this. Okay, to access points on the Citadel. All right, so let's do this. Turian access points. I do like how Shepard runs around the Citadel in a hoodie.
The second human Spectre assisted Commander Shepard in preventing Cerberus forces from...
All right, let's go back. Got to do a lot of running around here in the comments, but I like to clean up the Citadel before we go running away. I think we're clear up here, if I recall. Yeah, we've done. Shepard's hoodie is a mood, and I'm here for it. It really is. It's like, you know, who needs official garb right now? Not this guy.
If I was his doctor, I'd pull the plug.
You don't want this guy dead. He could lead us to other suspects.
Grissom Academy also fell to the Reapers when Elysium was attacked.
Let's go this way this time.
Commander Shepard. Guess I know what happened to my backup.
Excuse me?
Come on. I'm in CSEC in civilian gear with a weapon. I know what I'm made. Just let me explain. Captain Aaron Summers, Alliance Marines, retired.
Captain Summers?
There's a prisoner here. CSEC officer who helped Cerberus. CSEC caught him when you stopped the coup. Now he's offering them intel on Cerberus to get a better deal.
Why are you telling me this?
Because he doesn't deserve a better deal. He killed people during the coup, good people. And he's former Alliance, like us. The way I figure it, he's our problem to fix.
Dude, if we can get intel, we need intel. Jesus. The amount of short-sightedness for so many. I understand the short-sightedness. People sort of get tunnel vision when there's galactic trauma and all these things. So, like, I do understand where it comes from, but it's very frustrating being in a position of leadership where it's like, can we please keep the bigger picture in mind here, man? This is no time for us. You're better than this, man. You're Alliance. You kidding me? You're a freaking captain. Don't pull this shit.
If you gun that man down, you're dishonoring the uniform just as much as he did.
Like hell I am.
I don't like plea bargains any more than you do, but the intel we get will save lives.
Says who?
Our superiors. The people we swore to serve and trust. Captain Summers.
Yes, Commander. Sorry, Commander. I'll shut it down. Thanks.
Idiots. Ugh. I love the hoodie and leather jacket, but I always gave my Shepard the official look because I wanted to RP that he's part of the crew that doesn't think he's special. Well, I'd be fine with everybody else dressing casually if they wanted to. I don't need decorum on the Normandy. I want people to be comfortable and to be authentic. Deadpool, thank you for the 10 months. Hello, how's your evening so far? Mine's going good. Good. Mine's going well too. That said, I understand Fictionaire that RP, given the fact that you can't put everybody in casual wear. But like, I would love it if I could put everybody in casual wear.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop. All proceeds from today's purchases go toward the Turian war effort.
Does Commander outrank a captain here? I believe so. Well, that's true. He's a Spectre, but I think in the Alliance rank, I don't know if Commander actually outranks Captain or not. But I'm Shepard, man. Come on. Your boy's got some clout.
So did you tell the refugee camp before?
Spectre status
All
recognized.
right, holding area.
Destination. One moment, please.
Oh, this is where we see some of the real,
Bay E24.
the real sad state of affairs.
Can't you let me in?
No.
I only need a couple of hours of footage.
You're not crossing that dock.
Wait, aren't you Commander Shepard? Solik Vast, documentary maker. Please, maybe you can help. I'm trying to document the stories of the refugees coming to the Citadel. Their loss, their sacrifices, their moments of bravery.
Something holding you back?
CSEC won't allow me on the docks. They say I'd be disruptive. But you could catch a few quick shots for me.
There are lots of refugees on the rest of the Citadel.
It won't have the same impact as seeing crowds trapped on the docks. We all need to help each other. I want this documentary to shock people into action.
I'm down.
Good idea. The galaxy should see what these refugees have been through.
Thank you, Commander. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. If you could just take a few shots with your Omni tool in the refugee camp. I'll be here when you're done.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for trying to help, especially if this guy's trying to like inspire folks to action. This wall has a lot more people on it now, which is very sad. Hello, Miami. Photo opportunity, oh boy.
Yes, that's just what this documentary needs.
Oh, man. This looks like an incredibly uncomfortable position to lay in. This guy has some serious neck strength. Okay. Well, I'm just taking shots. You decide what you want after, all right, buddy?
I'm waiting.
Waiting? Waiting for who?
For my parents. They put me on the rescue transport and said to wait for them here. They'll come find me as soon as they can.
Well, I guess this is a safe enough place. Look, if anyone bothers you, let me know. I'll take care of them, okay?
Sure thing, sir. Thanks.
And that dude knows her parents aren't coming. Oh, man.
Great shot, Commander.
Forces were able to evacuate all students.
Come on.
Alliance takes heavy losses. Turian troops have been bolstered by Krogan support on ground.
Oh boy. All right, let's go over here.
Stated that his support of the Turians proves that the Krogan are ready to return to the Citadel.
Pressure's okay. No infection so far.
Can I talk to him?
Only if it's important, Commander. He's hurt bad. Take down the sedative a bit, but hurry. I peg his survival at 50-50.
Are you Gorek?
Go away. Nothing to say.
Not even what a terrorist is doing on the Citadel?
You!
Do I know you?
Every Batarian with someone on Aratok remembers your face.
The planet that got caught in the Alpha Relay explosion.
You butchered a colony. Only regret. Don't have the strength to...
I get why you're mad. I get why you're mad, man. Boy. We are absolutely the terrorists to this guy. Absolutely. He has every right in the world to be mad at me. Even if it is for the better, even if what we did is completely justifiable, he gets to he gets to be mad. There's literally nothing I'm gonna say to him that's gonna make him feel better, and that's fine. All right. So like, I could say that doesn't excuse terrorism. I suppose that's true. I could say that was to stop the Reapers. That's also true. I don't know that he's gonna give a shit because the Reapers still arrived. So we're gonna go with I don't know that this excuses terrorism though, buddy.
So you just started murdering people.
How many did you murder? Don't pretend your hands are clean, you...
It's true. It's true. Dude, I was sorry. I was very sorry I had to do it. I'm not happy with the fact that I did it.
You think I didn't feel guilty? I destroyed a colony. I've thought about the people who died. About how I couldn't warn them in time. In the end, I didn't have a choice. But I'm sorry. If that means anything.
If you're so remorseful, if you have any real guilt, show some mercy. Unplug this machine. Let me join my family.
Can do. Unless we need intel. I'm a staunch believer that people should be allowed to end their lives when they want. Oh God. In general, I believe that assuming people are of sound mind and body and able to make that decision for themselves, I believe that people have the right to end their life and decide when that happens. And I mean, he's not going to share. He wasn't going to share with us anything. Even if we tried for intel, he's going to be so pissed off I kept him alive that he's going to just give us bad intel. At that point, we'll just let him go. It's that way resources can be diverted elsewhere to saving people that aren't terrorists, and we move on. It's a hard decision, though.
Please observe all cast restrictions when making
Oh, the raptor.
Stand strong for your people with Batarian state arms.
I really love the raptor, so we're gonna buy it.
Batarian state arms. Defending the hegemony.
I recovered your pillars of strength from the kite's nest. They're yours, waiting in Bay D-24.
Thank you. Right now, my people need any reminder of their faith they can get.
With all the decisions that Shepard has had to make, do you think there would be any mental issues he'd be dealing with, guilt and all that? Yeah, I mean... he has to make a lot of really difficult decisions, and honestly, I think the hardest part is that Shepard has to see the consequences of those decisions, that even if they were the quote-unquote right decision objectively, that still caused pain and trauma, and he's basically the face of a lot of huge decisions that are made during a very traumatic time. Yeah, I mean, I think Shepard probably is going to have to deal with a significant amount of... I mean, he's going to probably construct a lot of guilt narratives and probably experience some survivor's guilt, which we've talked about before. You know, he's going to probably, if he's not careful, Shepard would probably overestimate the... like, he will overly internalize the consequences as being entirely his fault, and that's not true. I mean, he's had to make some choices that have like led to a cascade of events, but you can't attribute the entire cascade of events to the impetus of it. It's a very tricky thing. It's gonna be a lot of cognitive work, would be my guess. And Shepard's certainly seen a lot of shit. I mean, he's a pretty resilient dude, but when all this is said and done, if we survive this, Shepard's really gonna need some folks to talk about. And I will say this. I actually think probably the most sad thing about Shepard, if we survive this, is that quite literally nobody is going to be able to relate to his experience. I mean, even as a therapist, if I was working with Commander Shepard, he has literally seen some shit and had experiences that I can't fathom experientially on my own. And I really think that of everything that Shepard is going to have to deal with all of this, it's the immense loneliness and sense of isolation from the fact that quite literally nobody is able to empathize with him on a very deep level. And that is tough. It's all about the reality of it, Coda. So how do you help somebody process the guilt of being forced to kill an entire colony? You focus on the moment when it happened, not the hindsight. A lot of people have a tendency to use hindsight to overly judge decisions they made in the moment with information that they had then and not the information that they had now. So we have to put Shepard back into that moment and help him process that moment and remember that when he made that decision, that was the best decision that he could make with the information that he had. And ultimately, no amount of talking about it is going to change that decision. So the only thing we can do is focus on the facts and then create a narrative post hoc that allows Shepard to feel a sense of control over that narrative. That's really the best you can do. But if we use hindsight to try to judge the events that happened with information that we didn't have at that time, it's a never-ending wormhole of awful.
Excellent. That will really get people's attention. Thank you, Commander. That should be enough footage. Come meet me again when you're able.
Damn it, I'm telling you, someone sabotaged the Metagel dispensers. No, if I knew who, I'd have had them arrested. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I've got Turian soldiers dying for lack of medication. Damn it, I'm telling you, someone sabotaged the Metagel dispensers.
Oh, man.
If I knew who, I'd have had them arrested.
Why would somebody... I didn't know that I was going to hear something I definitely needed to, but here we are. Well, I'm sorry to make you cry, but I hope it was helpful to hear.
I believe those are my credits.
Hey, I've assumed full control of Eclipse, and we're committed to moving forward with Arya.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Got anything else going on here? Okay. I think we're good.
Are you kidding me?
Let's go check on the other Medigel.
I can give you the location of some ruins. Prothean ruins on Gate Hidden of the Hades Nexus. If
Are you
could get
kidding
past
me?
the Reaper Patrols, I'm sure you'd find something valuable. That's got to be what's up.
James, where are you? Playing poker? What up, buddy?
Son of a bitch.
Hey, Commander. James, enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Try not to lose everything. Those clothes are Alliance property.
Have a little faith, loco.
I have a little.
In your opinion, when would have been the best moment to tell Shepard how bad his pre-Lazarus injuries were after he was revived? I don't think there's any right or wrong time. Ultimately, I don't know that it matters, right? Like, Shepard's alive now. If you fix my arm after the bones are shattered to a point where I can use the arm as well as I could pre, I don't know that it matters to know how bad the injuries were. So I'd be more curious about Shepard's experience of having been revived and what he thinks about it, as opposed to making a call on when it would be best for him to have the info.
I fixed the sabotage. The Medigel dispensers should be working now.
Thank you. I'll get patients moving through triage immediately. I wish we could have found the bastard responsible for the sabotage. But this is going to save a lot of lives. Thank you.
Nice. Feel like Shepard after the war, if he makes it out of the other side intact, would have a hard time going back to a time of peace. Yeah, it would be tough. It's very similar to, well, it's not entirely similar, but a lot of times people will stay in the military for a long time because they've gotten used to the cadence of the military. Something actually, this is probably worth talking about as it relates to this. So something that people, especially combat veterans, will come back and talk about. We saw this a lot in like World War II and Vietnam and stuff, but this also applies for like people that are over in the Middle East and shit. Being in combat and in some of the situations that we've been in here in Mass Effect is so ridiculously stimulating to the brain. I mean, the amount of, like, your endocrine system is firing on all cylinders, your nervous system's firing on all cylinders. It is immensely stimulating to the brain to be in situations where our survival is threatened repeatedly. What some who are in situations like that will report when they come back to civilian life or when they're no longer in those moments is that they find it almost impossible to get stimulated by anything because they've shoved their threshold so high that nothing comes close to what it's like to be in those moments and experience that flush of endocrine system and nervous system and all that goes along with that. And so sometimes that can actually be pretty damn depressing because sometimes people will say they don't feel like they are like they feel like they're truly alive. They don't have the same level of like stimulus and awareness and excitement, and that they basically kind of like are neutralized by that. It's an experience that you hear many people talk about, and that's a physiological thing. That's not even a psychological thing where you can will yourself into that stimulation. And so sometimes people will put themselves back into situations or like stay in the military, or they'll join, like, you know, you become a police officer or something that at the very least comes close, so that you still have that level of stimulation in your brain, because it can be pretty awful to not experience that stimulation. What's up, Anonymous? And Jareth, good to see you, buddy. Yep, always feel like you need to be in a rush, even though you don't after you leave a combat zone. Yeah, man. Good to see you, dude. I have never seen those goof off, no. Yeah, that stuff's pretty rough for vets. Coffee tables, good to see you. Welcome in. By the way, chat, it's really good to have you here. Thanks for hanging out tonight while we, roll around on the Citadel. If you're watching the YouTube VOD right now, I want to give a special hello to you. Thank you for making it this far with the VODs and watching these. Really appreciate you as well. If you're here and you don't already follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, make sure you give me a follow. It's a great way to support the stream for free. All right, we fixed Medigel dispensers. Good night, Sam.
I have your footage.
Thank you, Commander. I'll start editing it right away.
Sweet. All right, that's taken care of. Let's check our map here. Presidium Commons, good. Barlavon. Oh, did I talk to Barla? I think I did. Might need to go back up and talk to Barla. All right, we haven't been to Purgatory yet. And we need to go to the docking bay. Oh, Cortez is up there. Hey, we wait. Refugee camp doctor. What else do you need? What's going on here? Is this glitched out? Yeah. Okay. Oh, whatever. Good night, madame. They just go from their not sabotage to wish we could have caught the person who sabotaged them without any sort of reaction, pretty much. That's pretty much how it went down, yeah.
Spectre status recognized. One moment.
Go to docking bay D24.
Now arriving at docking bay D24.
Glad D24 is always open for us. It's convenient.
I've got your briefing, Private. Let's fill you in before the squad arrives. The Alliance is posting us to an Ezo mining facility on Zani. It's a low-gravity planet, toxic atmosphere. You'll be expected to maintain full survival gear. Any questions?
Are we playing security, Sergeant Ullenby?
No, Private. We are not.
Okay.
Man, I had a friend in security at Sonax, and there was definitely Prothean tech on Garvug. I know the Valhallan threshold is Reaper territory now, but Prothean tech could help the Crucible. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm aware this is an unsecured channel. Yes, understood.
God, we got a lot of errands to run, man. We got a lot of errands. Cortez, where are you, my dude? What's up, buddy?
You finally made it off to Normandy.
Glad I did. Even with the chaos of all the refugees, seeing so many ships in flight is comforting. Gets me thinking. Hey, a Turian frigate. I think that's the PFS Havenkaw.
What's one Turian warship doing at the Citadel?
Looking for dry dock, I bet. She's seen battle. Look at the waiver in her drive core emissions. Alone, limping, looking for a haven. Maybe it would have been better to just go down fighting, like their families back home.
Yeah, that's not about the ship. That's about him. And the fact that he survived his husband. And he's still out here fighting and thinking maybe it would have been easier to die along with my husband so that I don't have to live thinking about him. Which is coincidentally something that sometimes people will experience in the aftermath of the death of somebody very close to them, is that living with the grief seems almost as if it's more painful than had they died with the person. To the point that at times people wish they would have died first. Actually a conversation that sometimes people will have jokingly with each other in significant relationships or marriages or whatnot, where they'll say, like, which one of us is better off dying first? My wife and I have had that conversation. In fact, it's in my literal wedding vows that I have to make sure that Allie dies first. And so Cortez here, you know, very well is maybe having to deal with that, right? Like he lost his husband and now he lives with the thoughts of him and having to carry that grief, and that can be very burdensome to a person. And that's okay. It's understandable.
Are you talking about the Turians or yourself?
I should have been there. With Robert.
I'm glad you weren't. You'd be dead, and we'd never have met.
Yeah. That's the one good thing from all this. I'm glad to serve with you, Shepard.
I don't like Shepard's response there. I like empathy. I like asking how he's doing. You know, Shepard trying to throw a silver lining there, I think misses the mark. And you can kind of see it in the way that Cortez handles that. Like, he doesn't really look at Shepard. We don't really feel much engagement from him, and I think that's understandable. And Shepard be like, well, at least you're here, and we got to meet, and yada, yada. Like, yes, that's true. But this man lost his husband and has been thinking about what it would have been like to go down with him and what it's like to live without him. And then Shepard's like, let me throw some silver lining. I'm not a huge fan of being a silver lining person in these moments unless a person asks you to be that. We tend to throw silver linings on things because we want people to feel better and because we want to disperse the anxiety that we may catch off of somebody who's experiencing something like what he's experiencing here. I don't generally recommend people go the silver lining route because of the fact that it tends to be perceived as invalidating and it cuts connection with what a person's actually experiencing. If you're uncomfortable when you're talking with somebody about something deep like this, that's okay. But throwing in silver lining to try to make it better, you might want to ask yourself, am I throwing a silver lining there for me or for them? Oftentimes the answer is it's for me. And if that's the case, don't do it.
The lives of future generations rest on those Turian shoulders. On our shoulders. Nobody is giving up. Not those Turians, not me, not you.
If anyone can pull this all together, it's you. And I'm with you. Gotta let go. For real this time. The refugees here put up a memorial wall. They leave mementos of lost loved ones. I was thinking maybe...
What's stopping you?
Nothing. I mean... Let me think about it.
Here's my hypothesis on what's stopping him. I think if he puts a picture of Robert up on the refugee wall or on the death wall, that feels final. This is something that so many people, I'm sure, who are watching this can relate to. A lot of times funerals feel final, or deciding where to put the person's ashes, or spreading the ashes, or posting the picture in memoriam. That is the finalization. This person's gone. And sometimes people avoid that as best they can, even if it may be in their best interest to do that. It's not on me to tell Cortez when to do that. Asking the question, what's stopping you, I actually love, because it suggests that there's something very real there stopping him. He doesn't really give us much of an answer, but that's my guess, is that it feels final if he does that. And that's a very hard reality for people to deal with grief. So. Also, that question of what's getting in the way of that is a really cool question, because it suggests that he could. It's just that something external is getting in the way, and that if we remove that barrier, he's then capable of doing that. It's called a constraint question. It's something that I use in therapy all the time because it's very strength-based in nature. It suggests that a person is capable of a thing if we get the other thing out of the way. It's a very easy way to target where we intervene. Thanks for the follow, Moonshade.
Your suggestion to come out here was a good one, Commander. I needed this.
Also, I appreciate all that people are sharing in chat right now. I mean, if there was a major theme that we discuss here in Mass Effect 3, it's grief. It's, grief is everywhere here. And I'm a big proponent of processing these things as they happen. as best we can instead of letting it all build up, because it becomes way easier to avoid that way.
You do not understand. The code of the ancients is the collected wisdom of our people. With overwhelming sadness, it was lost when the Kuna fell. Without it, we lack the guidance we need. With certainty, we need the wisdom of our ancestors in these trying times.
Well, I'll help you find that, buddy.
How's the head?
Good. Concussion's almost gone.
Good. When I heard you were injured.
It was stupid. I should have ducked when that wall came down. Something good has come out of all this, though. Got new equipment. Sent me a set of Vortex armor. Man, summoning supply sure messed that one up.
Oh, I've heard those are pretty good.
It's great. It'd only be safer inside a tank. It's why Vortex gear costs more than I make in a year.
Oh, man, you're so cool wearing that. Well, let's talk to Joker. Let's see if Arya's got anything. Maybe Arya will let me buy her a drink.
No, the problem is that our people are terrible at making war. The library
Oh, it's Jack.
sacred texts on the ways of the Huntress. The fine works on the art of
What's up, Jack?
Ugh, this sucks.
What have you got there?
Duty roster for the students. It's what I do for fun now. They've got us spread out across Alliance units. Reinforcing barriers, modding ammo, that kind of thing.
How are they holding up?
They're fine. They're not the ones reading duty rosters while on shore leave.
So I understand what we're trying to accomplish with this, but I hate this. I hate when the first thing that people comment on with women is how they look. Like, we got to get over that, man. Like, you see it on late night talk shows, too. Like, women sit down and the very first thing that they say is, you look great. Jack, especially, of all ladies, ain't going to give a damn if I say that. I understand that this is like, you look good in terms of, like, it seems like you're doing well for yourself and all that stuff. But there is such a premium put on, like, women's appearance. It's the first thing that we say to them. And it's just, oh, God, women are more than how they present themselves.
I know it's not fun, but you're doing good work, and it sounds like your students are helping.
Damn right they're helping. Hell, we even saw some action on Palaven. We kept barriers on a Krogan squad so they could get in close, break enemy lines.
Glad to hear it.
Also help the Turians get a few thousand civilians out safely. It'd be a hell of a lot more fun with you. You find bigger fights. But the little shits are useless without me. I gotta stick with them. 'Cause I'm dependable now, apparently. I blame you for this, Shepard.
Come on.
What?
The duty rosters can wait. Right now, you're on shore leave.
Shepard, everybody knows you can't dance.
I miss Afterlife.
Yeah. Anyhow, thanks for the drink. But why'd you drag me out here?
You still got that merchant freighter?
Yeah,
Looking for work.
might as well. What you got?
What's up, Edie?
I'm curious. What material is your face made from?
The surface is a flexible biomimetic nanomaterial over a metallic skull. The skin uses shear thickening technology to help protect the central processing unit in the head. If the skin is struck or shot, It solidifies to absorb the impact. It also is capable of limited self-healing.
And what about the hair?
It is of similar construction. For defense, I have set it to cohere into a solid piece. However, for infiltration purposes, it can be parted into individual strands. If it has recently been exposed to water, I generally can't do a thing with it.
I love that so much. Also, Shepard dancing with Jack is always weird for me. I don't really understand it, but whatever. I love that. If I get water on it, I can't do a thing with it. What's up, Joker?
Look at this. All it took was a Cerberus attack on the Citadel to get folks around here to pay attention to the war.
How is this any different from normal?
Can't you see the desperation? This isn't happy dancing. This is forget my problems dancing. Look at the arms. If a guy waves his arms like that, he's worrying about a lot more than looking stupid on the dance floor.
That's surprisingly observant.
I've had time to watch a lot of dancing from the sidelines. Speaking of which...
Dancing?
Watching from the sidelines. What do you think about me and Edie?
My man! My man! I love the trust and the vulnerability in asking me about this. I love it. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of triangulation, but Joker is experiencing something that he hasn't really experienced before, and he's really into Edie. There's nothing wrong with it as far as I'm concerned, and I love that he's willing to ask us about this. This is not a moment for us to get into our judgments, okay? This is not a moment for us to be like, I don't know that I'd want to be with a robot. Be with people in these moments. When people are vulnerable, recognize that vulnerability and be with people in these moments. It sounds to me like you've been thinking about this a lot, man. I've certainly noticed that you seem to be really happy when she's around. Yeah.
Why not?
Because I could break a bone just from some light over-the-clothes action?
That's always a risk. But then so are the Reapers.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on dating Harbinger.
You know what I mean. If we all ended up dead this time tomorrow, what would you regret?
Getting a shattered pelvis. And a broken heart. Such a stupid idea.
Come on, man. Okay, so first of all, I can understand the worry here. All right, he's scared. It's vulnerable. He doesn't know that Edie's gonna say yes. That's the funny thing about this, right? Like, Edie's literally an AI. Edie has, we would assume, like a consent mechanism, and so she could potentially say no. So that's what makes this okay, right? Like, as long as we talk to Joker about, look, yeah, man, that's the risk you take. That's the risk you take. I get that it's scary, man. I get that it's scary, but seeing the two of you interact, shoot your shot, man. We might get blown up by the Reapers. You know, if you're going to let fear get in the way, you never know. The worst thing Edie can say is no, and she can say, Jeff, I'm not into it, but I still respect you and want to be around you. And then he can decide what he wants to do with it. But come on, man. You deserve to be stupid, buddy. You've worked hard. You're still here. Let's take advantage, man.
If you could be out there right now on the dance floor, would you be waving your arms?
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got bigger things to worry about than looking stupid.
Yeah, guess I do. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah! Jeff. Arya Taloke, Moonshade. Look at my man go. Edie's like, okay.
Haven't broken anything yet. That's a start.
Yeah, my man.
Haven't broken anything yet. That's a start.
Yeah. I love it. All right. All right, now that we helped Joker broker his love connection, I've got there's a lot of couch with not a lot of people on it. But there's a lot of people on it. Just not a lot of people on it, if you know what I mean. Okay. Whew. All right, Mick. All right, buddy. All right. Play it cool. Be yourself. If she can't take you for who you are, you're going to have to deal with, we've been talking about grief. You're going to have to deal with the grief of Arya not accepting you for who you are. You can do this, bud. You can go talk to her. She's cool. You're cool. Be yourself, man. Be yourself. All right. Do I have a wedgie? No. Okay. My stuff's not sticking to my legs. All right, we're good. All right.
It seems the galaxy can't keep us apart. Since we took back Omega, I've been consolidating my resources for the war. It's a little easier to coordinate from here. So unfortunately, I'll be slumming it on the Citadel for the time being. The Blue Suns, Blood Pack, and Eclipse are in my pocket. I'll send them to war when you're ready for them. Is there anything on your mind?
You! Oh, you! You are on my mind. No.
What exactly have I acquired?
An army that's willing to fight dirty, to do the things your respectable militaries won't do. Eclipse mechs and Vorcha legions are excellent candidates for vanguards in any ground offensive. Well worth the little song and dance I had you perform, I'm sure.
I want to buy you a drink, but I know you're not interested. It's okay. I'm not going to make my sadness about that her problem.
Whatever you say, Arya.
Don't be a stranger.
I don't want to be a stranger. You're keeping me at arm's length. I don't want to be a stranger. Oh, jeez. Arya. I'd like to be anything but a stranger. But it's okay. Again, I'm not going to make my disappointment her problem. Be the douchey thing to do. Hopefully when all this is over, then I can buy her a drink.
Spectre status recognized. Please select one moment, please.
Sad day, man.
Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Oh, she'll let folks in. You just gotta show you can hang with her. That's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to show that I can hang with her. Oh well. It's okay. We got shit we gotta do, alright? So I understand. I understand. I got a galaxy to do stuff in. Alright. God, we have so much Citadel shit to do. And locate access points on the Citadel. Why have those not lit up? CSEC officer needs updated ciphers. Find the ciphers and deliver them. Engineer, alright, we got that. Oh, man, so much stuff. So much stuff. So, I think we're going to try to maybe fly around and get some of them. I really want to clean up the Citadel stuff. I don't like doing I don't like doing Citadel stuff late game. I like to try to knock out a lot of this stuff early on.
Hey yourself, pretty lady. Good morning.
Yo, thanks for the follow.
Recognized.
Appreciate it, friend.
Select a destination. One moment, please.
I mean, look at this. We just spent an hour and a half
Docking bay D24.
on the Citadel.
Have you discovered a way to run FTL spaceships without an ESO core, Private Talavi?
No, ma'am.
Then consider this a serious assignment. Intel's expecting a Cerberus raid.
Cerberus? Cerberus?
There a problem?
I thought we were fighting Reapers, ma'am.
Give it a week. You could be.
Jeez.
Kate. Hey, I wondered where you went. What's up?
I'm trying to wrap my head around what just happened.
You sound angry.
No, just not used to staring down the gun of someone I've worked with so closely. How it all went down, it's got me... I don't know.
Okay. Talk to me. Let's have it.
If I hadn't backed down first, I feel like you would have taken me out.
Yeah. I might have. Because that's what I do. I keep the big picture in mind, my dude. I don't want to do it. I'm glad it didn't happen that way. And I would argue that, yes, speculating is not a great idea. But yes, I would have. I actually hate both of these answers. Because I would have. I absolutely would have shot him if I had to. And I would hope that he could understand that. Yeah, right? Like that's the actual Commander Shepard answer there is yes, I would have shot you. Because I'm trying to stop Cerberus. I'm trying to stop that coup. I had the information that I had. I understand that you didn't have it. But if you were going to shoot me, I got to shoot you. I'm sorry, bud. Like, yeah, that would have sucked ass. I'm glad it didn't happen. So to say never here is a lie. This doesn't work for me. In all reality here, I will say this, that speculating is not generally useful in this form because it means that Caden is constructing a story about me and about him and about that situation that sort of biases us into a direction that isn't particularly useful, right? Like, we should focus on what did happen. You stood down, I shot Udina, we got it done. I understand that there's fallout from that affected us in different ways. We're better off talking about that instead of talking about hypotheticals and speculation. That doesn't really do anybody any good here. And that applies really outside of this game and in real life.
Doesn't matter. It could have played out a dozen different ways. Main thing is we stopped the coup, and Cerberus is off the Citadel.
Yeah, but sometimes the way a thing goes down does matter, Shepard. Later when you have to live with yourself. Knowing that you acted with integrity, and it matters.
You're talking about Udina. He gave me no choice, so I took the shot. Any soldier would have done the same, including you.
Okay. Look, Shepard, there's another reason I'm here. Hackett offered me a position, but I'd turn it down in a second if there was a chance to join you in the Normandy again.
What did he offer you? What? How am I about to say, like, go ahead and join the Normandy without knowing what did he offer you? I hate this moment because you get this choice with Caden just vaguely saying he was offered a position. If he was offered something that potentially is even more impactful to the war effort than literally sitting in the Normandy because I don't plan on taking his ass on any missions, then, like, I want him to take that. I don't know what you tell me what he gave you. God damn it. So the way that I have to headcanon this is to basically think to myself, like, all right, this is up to you to make the decision. He's basically asking me, would I rather have sorry, how do I want to put this? So he wants to know basically what my answer is. Am I okay with him being on the ship? And my answer is, if you want to be on the Normandy, yes, you can join me on the Normandy. So you make the decision. If what Hackett offered you is better than being on the Normandy, cool. I mean, you just told me that you'd turn it down to be on the Normandy. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you can be on the Normandy. That's fine by me.
Couldn't imagine meeting the Reapers without you.
Thank you, Commander. And Shepard, I need you to know that I'll never doubt you again. I get you back.
Good to know.
Thanks, buddy.
Welcome aboard, Major.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hell yeah.
Shepard, I got Anderson patched in. I was just getting him up to speed.
Udina? That SOB was always power-hungry. But this?
He wasn't in charge. Cerberus was just using him to take control of the Citadel.
What the hell for?
I don't know. Not yet.
Could have been a lot worse. Shepard stopped the assassination attempt on Counselor Shield.
Pleasure later. What?
Your assassin. I'll have Hackett send you my reports on him.
Brett, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate it. Also, you said Kai Lang like you know him. You know this guy?
I take it you two have met.
Kaylee Sanders and I had our share of run-ins with him. I shot him in both legs once. Thought that might be the end of him. But he showed up again on Omega, even stronger.
Elusive Man patch him up?
That'd be my guess. Given what they were able to do with you and Grayson, it's a safe bet Lang's even more dangerous now.
I'll take whatever advantage I can get against these bastards.
Their attempts may have had at least one unintended side effect. I received word from the Asari Counselor. They're requesting an update on the Crucible.
Lang has them scared. Enough to send help?
Yes, the Asari and Solarians are both throwing in their support now.
How's your progress on the Crucible?
Good. Our estimates suggest we've completed nearly 50% of the known work.
So quickly?
Once decoded, the schematics are designed in such a way that allows our scientists to easily translate the information. It's not Prothean specific.
Are we any closer to understanding how to use it?
That's still open for debate. Utilized in the right fashion, our scientists are convinced it can generate enough energy to destroy the Reapers. The question is, how will it dispense the energy? And in what form?
You mean, how do you stop it from wiping us all out?
Exactly. We think the catalyst is the key to determining how to focus its energy, how to direct its energy at the Reapers alone.
I'm working on that.
You'll find the answers, Shepard. I'll send you an update on the schematics. And in the meantime, we'll keep building.
And we'll keep fighting. Make sure there's an Earth left to come back to.
I don't like the I won't fail you. Let's go a little more like, here's what I'm gonna do, not here's what I'm not gonna do. All right, nobody's standing in our way. Let's go.
Cerberus, Reapers, they'll all pay for this war, one way or another.
We're still in this. The gods of war haven't given up on us yet.
Good luck, both of you. Anderson out.
Commander, the Turian fleet is stretched thin. We need more support ships, and Aquarians are willing to talk.
Understood, sir. I'll look into it.
Be careful. We've got reports of instability along the Geth border. Hack it out.
Okie dokie.
Shepard, do you have a moment? A contact within Asari High Command was insistent I pass on a distress signal to you.
Something they can't handle?
From what I can tell, they sent several commando squads to investigate. None of them returned. They didn't ask me directly, but I think High Command is hoping you might help.
What's your take on this?
That they wouldn't ask for help if it wasn't important. The colony's coordinates are on the galaxy map. I'll try to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Hey, one more time, thanks for being here, friends. I just want to remind anybody who's come in here late, this is a spoiler-free run. Even though this is my 10th time playing through Mass Effect. I know all of this stuff already. Like, I know what's happening. I know what could happen. I know what my options are. But we're playing it as if it's a blind run. I'm flexing the acting chops. So please keep chat spoiler free. Y'all have been doing a wonderful job so far. If I time you out, it's not personal. It's just me, blocking a potentially spoilery thing. And I also, no backseating. I already know what I'm doing. I'm just acting like I don't know what's happening. Helps keep it fresh for the folks that haven't played this before. How do I go about laying down a boundary with a dude? Misgendering me on Facebook. Be best friends and thought of each other as siblings. We aren't close now. I haven't talked to him in months since I turned down a relationship. He doesn't talk to me if he's in a relationship outside of tagging me. I want to be like, oh, I'm a dude, bud. But I don't know if that's the most tactful way to handle it. I have a gender on Facebook as male and as my chosen name. You just keep reiterating that, Phoenix, and if the person doesn't follow it, it shows they don't respect you, and I'd argue they don't really deserve to have your continued engagement, especially if they're not somebody who's close to you. I know that might sound like an overly simplistic answer, but really, like, that's it. All right, let's read about our new allies. The Volus Dreadnought, Kwunu. The Volus have only produced one dreadnought, the Kwunu, named after the diplomat who negotiated their client race status with the Turians. The Kwunu is the only Volus ship of its class, but it's remarkably well armed. Its broadside cannons and main gun are all Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic weapons. A Turian general touring the Kwunu after its maiden system voyage enthusiastically declared that the ship could, quote, char a planet 3 times over, end quote. While its construction was funded entirely by the Elkos Combine Corporation, the Dreadnought was jointly gifted to the Vol Protectorate Turian hierarchy upon completion. Sweet. Citadel Defense Force. The Council created the Citadel Defense Force to support Shepard in the war against the Reapers. The CDF includes ships and soldiers from every Council race. Complements from a few species without official membership status have also quietly joined. After the attempted coup, no offer of assistance is being turned away by the Council and its advisors. Update. Civilians volunteering at emergency clinics helped to save lives by processing patients, assisting doctors, and taking some of the burden off the Citadel's overtaxed medical staff. Updated. Warning people on the Citadel to prepare for the war has improved civilian readiness. It has become easier for people to travel through Asari space to join family and friends on Thessia. The Citadel's security improved as a result of the number of refugees leaving the Citadel. Spectre Authorization released medical supplies from Customs to Huerta Memorial Hospital, improving the quality of patient care. A Spectre gave CSEC permission to tap into surveillance on private citizens. CSEC used the footage to make several arrests, improving security. CSEC was authorized to train a civilian militia, strengthening their defense forces. Housing was found for students from Grissom Academy too young to work on the Prothean device. These gifted teenagers have been helping, however, by dealing with any repetitive problems that can be delegated to VIs. CSEC is focusing on smaller crimes and misdemeanors. This has spread the forces thin, decreasing efficiency when dealing with larger threats. After reassurance that keeping money in the bank is critical to the war effort, Volus merchants are making donations to relief efforts and defense forces on the Citadel. Schematics, recovered by Commander Shepard, are helping CSEC easily locate and shut down active turrets left by Cerberus on the Citadel. Schematics of advanced biotic amplifiers from Grissom Academy increase the endurance of the Asari under fire. The Book of Plenix declares that every Volus must aid those in need during times of want. News of the book's recovery inspired many Volus citizens to donate generous amounts of Citadel charities and defense funds. Sweet. Love to see that. Alliance. Zoo's Hope colonists. The Asari Shiala was rescued by Commander Shepard from the Thorian on Zoo's Hope. Now she leads a militia of Zoo's Hope colonists waging a surprisingly effective campaign against encroaching Reapers. Shiala suspects that the group's prior connection to the Thorian gives their soldiers an uncanny ability to sense one another, allowing them to think and act as one in battle. The long-term consequences of this connection are unknown, but for now at least, its effects are helping the cause. Asari. The Asari science team. Many respected Asari scientists have used their long lifespans to become leading experts in their fields. Asari scholars often gain perspective on how cultural shifts affect society, grasping the larger contextual forces behind new proposals and using this to springboard into hypotheses years ahead of their time. The Asari science team working on the Crucible consists of some of the keenest scientific mavericks in the galaxy, eager to contribute to its construction. Nice. The Asari's second fleet is largely composed of frigates and fighters, embodying the Asari's hit-and-run mindset with a nimble swarm rather than a slower collection of vessels. The second is normally dispatched to protect colonies from pirate raiders or mercenary activity. The second fleet's fighter squadrons are intensely competitive, racing to break new records set by other teams, but unquestionably loyal to each other in a fight. The sixth fleet has more dreadnoughts than any other collection of ships in the Asari Navy. An almost superstitious dread has grown around its entrance into conflict, as any war with the fleet has never remained small. It was the Sixth Fleet that flew against the Rachni in the beginning of the Rachni Wars, and it was the Sixth Fleet that liberated the first colony under siege in the Krogan Rebellions. And fairly or not, its service people have a reputation for being sober, serious, and humorless. Nevertheless, the Sixth Fleet is a welcome sight for any ally when it arrives. Sweet. The Crucible. Alright, so we had the Javelins already done. Volus fabrication units. Volus companies are skilled at mass producing whatever manufactured goods are currently in demand.
I think we need
Factories use modular equipment to switch their production lines from arms to housing to the next big galactic buying trend. Recovered from a manufacturing compound, these fabrication units can stamp out custom plastics for the Crucible on an industrial scale. Elkos Combine is a manufacturer known for producing reliable but less expensive versions of higher grade weapons and armor. Their scientists are adept at reverse engineering new technology. The Volus engineers rescued from Satu Ard are applying these same methods to break down instructions on how to create several dozen new plastics that must be integrated into the Crucible superstructure. In a show of unprecedented generosity, Elkos Combine has waived all proprietary claims to any new compounds created by its scientists. You'd love to see it. Thank you for the bits, Cassandra. Another question for you. Which Mass Effect species, if they were real, would you as a person love to sit down and have a discussion with and learn about? Probably... Probably the Geth. I love conversations with Legion. Interferometric Array. Normally, interferometric arrays are used to analyze planetary landmasses or to determine the astrophysical properties of stellar systems. The powerful array salvaged from the Hercules system can be used for something much more ambitious. Crucible tunes into the Mass Effect Relay's command switches. Installing the interferometric array into the Crucible systems results in a real-time map of the entire galaxy, including the position of each and every Reaper in the Milky Way. Damn. Exogeny scientists. The Exogeny Corporation helped fund colonies all over the galaxy in exchange for a share of any natural resources found by settlers. Zeus Hope was one of their richest claims. The colonists were obligated to turn over any Prothean discoveries in the ancient ruins on Pharos. A team of Exogeny scientists studying a few scraps of Prothean materials found Zeus Hope have become experts in their own right, contributing their knowledge to the Crucible project. Love this. Solarians. The STG Task Force. While the Citadel Council officially dismissed the existence of the Reapers for years, high-level STG operatives harbored suspicions that their return might be imminent after the Battle of the Citadel. The leaders quietly began to advise the Special Task Group to prepare for the worst. In accordance, the STG is ready to deploy a sizable task force to deal with the Reaper threat. Love it. And the Turians. The Turian 6th Fleet. The Turian Navy has the most dreadnoughts of any known species in the Milky Way. The Turian hierarchy limited production of these ships only because the Treaty of Ferrixin strictly controls the number of dreadnoughts due to their destructive capabilities. The Turian 6th Fleet is technically classified as a peacekeeping fleet. Before the Reapers, it was chiefly used to patrol the space around the Citadel. Now it's ready to fly to areas trying to fight off the invasion. The Turian 7th Fleet was assigned the privilege and burden of guarding the Crucible during the weapons construction and deployment. The fleet flies constant surveillance around the massive device, coordinating with Alliance security patrols and VI-run counterintelligence programs. The 7th Fleet knows what it would cost the galaxy if the Reapers breach their defenses. Every vessel's captain is prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice if it ensures the Crucible's safety. Crates of dextroamino acid medigel have been shipped out to the Turian 7th Fleet. This resupply will help Turian medics treat potentially fatal wounds, and recovering the legendary banner of the 1st Regiment lifted the spirits of overtaken forces. Good stuff. Man, we got some big ass military strength. I love to see this. I have not, Vapoas. All right, good stuff all around here. Let's go fly around, huh?
Goddamn Cerberus bastards. And Udina too. Son of a bitch.
Hey, don't talk about Udina's mother that way.
Commander, I've got a lead on something interesting. Have you got a minute?
I do.
Commander, I found something you need to see.
What have you got?
A group of Cerberus scientists cut ties and fled. Perhaps they finally realized they were on the wrong side. We don't know what they were researching, but they were among the Elusive Man's top scientists. They could help build the Crucible.
If we can trust them. I don't know that I want Cerberus knowing the location of the Crucible. I mean, there's a good chance that they already do, but like, I mean, I'm down for defected Cerberus, but I also am like, I'm way skeptical of defected Cerberus because we've seen what the Cerberus troops look like. They look like, if anything, they're possibly indoctrinated. I'm like, we gotta vet that. Like, we're not gonna just let them go to the Crucible here.
Unless they're indoctrinated, and this is a ruse to get Cerberus close to the Crucible.
I'm not suggesting we trust them fully, but it could be worth investigating.
Has the Alliance tried to make contact with the scientists?
They've been unable to find them, but they're searching. As is Cerberus. I've been monitoring Cerberus communications. I've charted signal frequency from various Cerberus cells by location and cross-referenced known ship movements.
You found them?
I believe so, yes.
Nice work. Put it on the map and I'll give it a look.
It's on the map now, Commander. Thanks.
I mean, good work. That's intriguing.
Commander?
We have to go to Array anyway. I got emails? Oh my god, I really do. From Samantha Trainer. Commander, thanks for taking the time to speak with the civilian. I'd love to see how Commander Shepard kills time between missions. Why don't you give me a call if you'd like to grab drinks in your cabin? I promise a night of fun and games. Trainer. Maybe a little chess? Meet me at the bar? Oh, I already did this. Students are kicking ass and taking names. They're keeping them on short rotation so they don't burn out, so we end up with lots of shore leave. Next time you hit the Citadel, come by Purgatory. I'll be there if I'm not blowing shit up in the field. I already did that. And an alert. New article on Cerberus. Quotes. From Alliance News Network Information Partners. Elysium, an evacuation shuttle nearly destroyed as it attempted to escape the Reaper-occupied colony of Elysium, was reportedly saved after a lone biotic worker intervened. The shuttle was carrying children who drew high numbers in the colony's evacuation lottery, meaning they were not eligible to board the first wave of shuttles leaving the planet. Their shuttle was saved when a biotic, identified by authorities as Aresh Agushalu, engaged Reaper forces that were preventing it from taking off. Agadashlu had a history of drug abuse and criminal activity and claimed to have survived a Cerberus camp on Pragia as a child. Witnesses said he killed several dozen Reaper creatures before he was overwhelmed, providing the shuttle just enough time to fly clear. That's the guy we let survive on Pragia when we were there with Jack. Wow. So that dude gave his life for that shuttle to get out. What a guy. Hope lives from Urdnot Bakara. Commander, I'm writing you from the Kelphic Valley on Tuchanka. I wish you were here to see this. I'm watching Krogan pour in from across our entire planet. So many of them that I've lost count. They've all heard the news. We're all finally free. The age of suffering is over. Never again will Krogan be afraid to give birth. Never again will they fear the pain of heartache it might bring. It is the female, isn't it? Well, I can't do a female Krogan, though. Well, I don't know what fate ultimately has in store for my people. I can promise you, your decision to believe in us will not be in vain. We will fight the Reapers for more than glory. We will fight them because we know there's a future for us after victory. The rest of my life will be devoted to traveling to Chanka and speaking aloud the words no Krogan has heard for nearly 2,000 years. There is reason to hope. This I owe you, Commander. This I will never forget. Yeah, I can't do Eve. I try. From Adrian Victus. Commander Shepard. Cerberus just ambushed a Turian cruiser full of high-ranking hierarchy officials. The cruiser managed to escape, but its location was top secret. Cerberus couldn't have located that ship without inside information, and the only other person who knew that cruiser's position was Volus Ambassador Din Korlak. I've heard ugly rumors of a bounty out for his head. My advisors insist I can't bring these accusations against Korlak myself. I admit they're right. Turian and Volus economies are tightly intertwined, and now isn't the time for political crisis that would result. But the security of our fleets is at stake. I ask that you investigate Korlak in your capacity as a Spectre and find out if he is indeed a Cerberus mole. I forwarded information on his last known location to the Spectre office on the Citadel. Damn it! Why couldn't you have told me this before I was on the Citadel? Hey, Commander. I was wondering if you've got some time in the near future. Nothing critical, just wanted to chat. Vega. Alright, we can do that. From Stephen Hackett. Shepard. As promised, here's what we have on Kai Lang. Name, Kai Lang. Date of Systems Alliance military enlistment. Holy shit, November 14th, 2172. Age of enlistment 16. Credentials faked. Tours of duty. 2172, Terminus Systems Patrol and Reconnaissance. 2173, Exodus Cluster Patrol and Reconnaissance. Reprimanded for taking medals from dead enemy officers. Sentence reduced in light of previous exemplary service record. 2174, Raid of Ention. Recommended for Systems Alliance Medal of Valor. 2175, Kite's Nest Tactical Reconnaissance. Accepted into Interplanetary Combatives Academy. 2176, received N7 designation from Interplanetary Combatives Academy. Holy shit. 2176, dishonorably discharged and imprisoned after a charge of first-degree murder. Cerberus activities. Intel on Kai Lang's activities after joining Cerberus is spotty. What is known is that the elusive man arranged for Lang's escape from prison, employing him as an operative for the next 10 years. Lang is now believed to be the elusive man's most trusted agent, working as an infiltrator and assassin. His cybernetic modifications appear to include Cerberus' Phantom-class implants. Yikes. Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard. I'm ordering the Normandy into dry dock on the Citadel for much-needed repairs. She's seen a lot of action lately and needs a little TLC. Small army of techs will take care of the details once you arrive. So let's get your crew out of there. You're all on shore leave. That's an order. We need everybody at their best. One more thing. Admiral Anderson has an apartment on the wards. Head over there when you arrive. I hear it's a nice place. Admiral Hackett. Alrighty. Well, let's go see what Trainer wants.
Trainer, if you're not doing anything, I've got a few hours free. Would you like to come up?
Your cabin is gorgeous. I've seen apartments smaller than this. Well, Commander, ready to play?
Play?
I picked up a chessboard on the Citadel. GUI interface, not nearly as nice as real pieces, but this takes up less space. And I recall you delivered something that closely resembled a challenge. So, interested?
This is a trap, isn't it?
I'm just a simple lab scientist, Commander. I'm sure your real-world expertise will give you an edge.
Oh, come on.
My word, Commander. It's almost as though you wanted to spare your pawns the indignity of living under my regime.
In real life, that tactic would have worked.
Well, in real life, one doesn't move on an 8x8 square grid.
You know what I mean. The pawns are infantry. A good infantry line, like the Krogan, can take a charge like that.
That reminds me of a joke. What's the difference between Commander Shepard and a Krogan? One is an unstoppable juggernaut of head-butting destruction.
I'm not trying to sleep with her. All right. Like, I'm not about to take this and try to corner her while she's in my quarters. Yikes. No. Yeah, I get it. That's me.
And the other doesn't have a smart-ass comm officer to keep him in line.
Ooh, that's even better than the number of testicles punchline.
I'm glad you didn't run back to the lab, Trainer.
Thanks. So, rematch?
Hell yes.
Cool. Well, she kicked my ass. That's fine. Let's see. Top 3 crewmates you'd like to get on your therapist couch? Whichever 3 are most interested in coming in for therapy. I don't solicit my services to people. I know it's maybe a bit of an annoying answer, but I feel weird saying things like, oh, I really wish X person would come in for therapy. Like, it's whichever 3 would feel like it would most benefit from talking to a therapist. It's not on me to decide that. Come on up, James.
I've got some time if you want to talk privately.
On my way. Hey, man, how's it going?
Good, James. You?
Good, good. Wow. So this is what I can look forward to when I get my own command.
You want your own ship, Vega?
Yeah, maybe one day. When I'm old and I can't fight worth shit anymore.
You just come up here to make fun of your commander?
Sorry, Loco. I guess maybe I got some things on my mind. I wanted to get your opinion on something.
Shoot.
What did you do when they asked you to join the N7 program? I mean, was it a no-brainer for you, or did you think about it before accepting?
I love when people ask questions that are so obviously statements about themselves. You know, James asked this question, and basically all he's looking for is for me to give an answer that's going to be similar to whatever it is he's experiencing so that he can experience the empathy of my situation without directly just stating what he needs and being vulnerable. I can respect that. I also sometimes find these types of things to be kind of annoying. Like, I mean, I'm willing to answer the question. I'm going to answer it truthfully, but I'm going to be mindful of the fact that, like, there's a good chance that this is coming from a place of him questioning something along the line, and he's looking for me to, like, passively give some level of reassurance to him for the choice that he made based on the answer that I have. I also am keeping in mind in this conversation that this is a vulnerable thing for him to say to me, and that this shows that he has a level of, like, respect and admiration for me, and I am going to hold that in high regard. So I thought about it.
The N7 program is a big deal, but it's also a big commitment.
I hear that.
You get the best training, best equipment, best assignments.
And they expect the best in return.
Yes, they do. Why you asking?
Well, even all the shit that's going on, somebody somewhere managed to track me down and forward an N7 commendation. It's dated the same day the Reapers attacked Earth.
You don't sound too thrilled.
Well, aside from the fact that there won't be an N7 program if we don't win this war, being a soldier's the only thing I've ever been really good at. And not because I try. Hell, I'd have kicked my ass out years ago. Last time I had a command, I lost almost everyone. And they promoted me for it. I guess I'm just not sure if I'm ready to lead again. I don't know if I want that responsibility.
Which is totally fair. I actually really respect people who question whether they want to be in position of leadership. I don't think it's a weak thing at all. In fact, I might make an argument that, like, there are too many people that shove themselves into positions of leadership because they think that that's what they're supposed to do, even though they're not really built for it, and that's not something they want to take on. So James being, like, in a space where he's like, I don't know if I want to take on that responsibility anymore. I respect that. I absolutely respect that. If he's not mentally in that space of, like, I'm going to do this and I want to take this on, there's a good chance that, like, he's not going to be a great leader, because if he gets into a space where he's questioning his present decisions because of decisions he's made in the past that he can't quite seem to get away from because they're maybe a little bit too intrusive, or he hasn't fully worked through them and processed them, then yeah, he's probably not in the best space to be in a leadership position, and that's okay for him to admit that. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of self-reflection. Yeah, the whole, like, the best leaders are people that don't want to be, there are times where I agree with that, and there are also times where I completely disagree with that. I think a person who has good self-reflection and recognizes they don't want the responsibilities of leadership, that's fine. Own it. Take on the role that you feel comfortable and empowered to take on. You know, this idea that we should shove people into positions of leadership when they don't want it, or if they aren't prepared for it, I think is sometimes a ridiculous notion. Now, there's a difference between I have a little bit of anxiety, but I actually do want to be a leader, and I just need to figure that out. And I need to, you know, maybe build a couple skills, but I really do want to take on the position of leadership, and I'm prepared for that. And people who are not at all in a mindset for that, and maybe even have the skill for it, but just don't have they don't have the brain commitment to it. Like, there's plenty of people that could be good leaders but aren't because they just can't get in the mind space for it, and that's fine. Again, it's all about self-reflection. But we especially Americans, we tend to overly, like, we get way too excited about people moving up and being promoted and blah 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 blah, and that tends to lead to, you know, issues where sometimes people are promoted to the point of incompetence instead of being, you know, compensated and appreciated for the skill set they have in the position they're in. So I think it's fine that he's reflecting on this. I'm not going to force it on him. That's his decision to make, and if he's not ready, that's fine.
You mentioned that before. What went wrong?
What didn't go wrong? We were out on patrol, checking on some strange readings, and the collectors hit. But they hit the colony first. By the time we got back, most of the colonists had been subdued or abducted, including our CO, Captain Tony.
So you were in charge?
Yeah. We laid low for a bit, waiting for a chance to strike, but before we could, we were betrayed. One of the colonists turned out to be a Cerberus spy working with the collectors. I had no choice. I killed him and destroyed the collector ship. But it got ugly. We lost most of the colonists and all but one of my squad. Not exactly a textbook operation.
You can't blame yourself for being put in a tough situation. And if you were promoted, then something must have gone right.
Sure, but...
If you'd saved them all, would things have worked out better?
I don't know. I don't think so.
The right choice is usually not the easy one.
Yeah. Did you know that before you joined the N7?
Yeah. That's why I was asked. And it's why they asked you. There's not a single N7 that hasn't sacrificed, either themselves or their soldiers at some point.
So you think I should accept?
Up to you, Chief. So I can see the appeal of us saying hell yeah, because we might be able to say, like, okay, James very clearly wants to. He's just got some reservations and some constraints, and a little bit of a boost from his leader might be enough for him to go over and do that, which is fine. At the same time, if he's going to be an N7 and that means making difficult decisions, perhaps that first decision is him making the decision of whether he wants to be an N7. I'm not going to take responsibility and empower him in a vulnerable moment to do something that he may not be ready to do. So I'm going to remind him that this is up to him. You get to make this choice. Speaking of tough decisions, reflect. Make a decision. Maybe the right one's the hard one. Maybe the right one is that you don't want to take it on yet. Or maybe the right one is that you do. But I'm not going to take responsibility for that and take advantage of the vulnerability for whatever agenda or thing that I think that he needs to have, because he hasn't come out and said directly, I want to do it. There's just stuff getting in the way.
Only you can make that decision, James. But I think you already know the answer.
I'm glad you think so. If you don't mind, maybe don't mention this to anyone else.
Of course not.
Gracias. Well, I think I better get back to the hangar. Things here, it's a little too soft for me.
The bed's a lot harder than it looks.
I'll take your word for it.
Anytime.
Oh, I love it. Anonymous, thank you so much for the $20. That is crazy generous of you. I understand the stress of hospital well as well. Sorry I couldn't help more. Don't. Oh my God, please don't apologize. That is $20 more than I had before you sent that, Anonymous. Thank you so much, friend. I really do appreciate it. It's very, 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 very kind of you. To anybody who's contributed anything financially to the stream lately, thank you. This is, again, not something that I'm throwing in everybody's face, but I do have a tip goal to kind of help with some of the hospital bills that have set us back pretty significantly. So those of you that have contributed to that, thank you so much. But again, I'll never put the stream behind a paywall. It's here free of charge. The information's free. I'm glad to have you all here. So thank you for spending your time here. All right, let's go down to the crew deck. Oh boy. The monument wall.
Shepard. Hell of a day. Udina loses his mind, the Citadel almost falls, and you almost had to put down a friend.
Got a little tense there.
If it had come down to it, could you have pulled the trigger?
Yes. I could have. If that's what the job required. Yes. Those are speaking of the tough decisions you make as an N7 and as a person who's in the leadership position that Shepard's in. Yes. I hate that the answer yes here is the renegade choice. It's the honest answer. I don't like the idea of no. My friendship to Kaidan is not more important than the Reaper threat. And if I hesitate to pull the trigger on Kaidan and I get shot and die, or somebody on the council dies, that's a problem. Like, this is hard. Yes, I would pull the trigger. It should be neutral, if anything. I hate that BioWare made it the renegade option.
If they hadn't backed down? Yes. This war is bigger than any one person.
I'll be sure to remember that next time we have a disagreement. Still, I'm glad Kaidan didn't have to join Ash. Losing one was enough. Good to have Kaidan back. We can always use a friendly gun.
Well, thank you, Anonymous. Seriously. You're very, very kind. Especially given that you had to make famous of your own. It's... Yeah, so there's actual word for that, Phoenix. There's a difference between explicit and implicit leadership. We see this actually a lot in group dynamics, and we learned it in like my group therapy classes. So when you have a group of people put together, sometimes there's a person who's explicitly stated as the leader, and that's who everybody looks to. But then what you find over time is that there's implicit leadership, where the group sort of gravitates toward a certain person or people in the group that tend to align a little bit more with the group's values and actually take on more of a passive leadership role. And generally, in groups, implicit leaders carry more power than explicit leaders do. This is how sometimes people find themselves in certain leadership positions they don't necessarily want to be in. But oftentimes, a person who has the implicit leadership of the group is well aware that they have more power than the explicit leader. And it's a pretty fascinating process that happens in groups. How far are we in the main story? The only thing I'll say is that we met Kai Lang on the Citadel. That's where we're at main story-wise.
All seems so calm from here. There are people going through hell in a million different ways. Out there. And I want to be fighting alongside them, but...
Damn, you're beautiful.
I want to be here. You know?
Sure. Thinking of anyone specific?
I heard from my mom, Shepard. My dad is, he's MIA. He's presumed.
Damn, man.
Tell me what happened. You said they got out of Vancouver.
He left Mom at the orchard and reported for active duty. That's all we know, but it's enough. She's alone in this now. In all this.
Shepard did something really cool there that I want to point out. Very vulnerable moment for Kaidan. Very obvious that he wants to talk about it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have brought it up. Instead of Shepard asking what happened, like the prompt shows, when you select that, Shepard says, "Tell me what happened." There are times when people are in, like, vulnerable states or when it's very obvious they want to talk about something, but they're potentially hesitant to talk about it because they're not sure whether you want to hear about it. Saying a directive, such as "tell me about it," is actually way more powerful because it cuts through the bullshit layer and basically tells that person, "Yep, you're good. You can talk to me. You can say exactly what you need to say to me, so tell me what's going on." It shows that you're engaged. It shows that you're there, instead of, like, asking questions such as, like, "Would you like to tell me about it?" Because it adds a layer. If you say, "Would you like to tell me about it?" that person now has to process, I don't know. Do I want to actually do that? What happens if I do? What happens if I don't? And it introduces chaos. We're saying, "Tell me about it," immediately opens the door, and that person can say, "Nah, I don't want to," or they will just go because it's obvious that they want to actually tell you what's going on. Directives are super powerful. And as a therapist, I actually use directives maybe even more often than I use questions. Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that very much.
No one steals my ship. Not even.
Well, what a lovely, lovely, lovely attack. Steph of Anime. Hey, chat, take a second right now because I'm going to sing her praises for a second. I want you to take a second. I want you to click on Steph of Anime's name. If we can get a shout out from the mods, that'd be awesome too. Click on her name and go follow her because Steph of Anime is a truly fabulously wonderful human being who deserves all of your love and support. I appreciate so much your support of my streams, Steph. I wish I was able to watch yours more often. Pokemon Unite has consumed my soul. I hope in the best of ways. But man, Steph is awesome. So please go follow Steph of Anime if you don't follow her. She is wonderful. Pokemon trainer extraordinaire and human being extraordinairer. Much love, friends. For those of you coming along with Steph, if you haven't met me before, I'm Dr. Mick. I'm a licensed couple and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development, and this is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games, talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things and bring information to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. We use games to illustrate psychological concepts. Mass Effect is currently the game that we're doing that. It's my 10th time playing through the trilogy, but I am playing it as if it's my first, so please keep it spoiler-free. Only ask me questions about Mass Effect 3 that you know 100% I've already done. I recognize that maybe some people coming in here don't know where I'm at. You might feel compelled to ask questions like, "Have you gotten to X part yet?" Please don't ask me those questions. That'll get you timed out or potentially even banned. We're just along for the ride. Right now we're talking to Kaidan about the fact that he just heard from his mother that he may have lost his dad. We've been having a lot of conversations tonight about grief. That's been a major theme of some of the conversations we've had. But we've been all over the place. It's been a really great night tonight. So settle in, come hang out. Love having you all here. Thank you very much for hanging out. If you stuck through the raid, I really appreciate you. And so sad I haven't been able to hang here as much as I have been, but I love to catch the VODs when I can. Well, thank you for watching the VODs stuff. I appreciate it. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Munchie, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that, friend. All right, so we just found out that Kaidan may have lost his dad. That his mom's now alone. And we're just going to say I'm sorry here. I'm not going to say be strong, let it go, and focus. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ.
I feel for you, Kaidan. And I'm glad you told me. There's strength in camaraderie. In empathy.
Thanks. You're right. I don't know how you do it, Shepard.
Yourself, pretty lady.
Keeping it all together like you do.
Good morning.
Earth is always in the back of my mind. Haunting me.
I get that. I do.
And my students. Well, wherever they are. I know they're kicking ass. On Earth or somewhere. You know, when this war is over, There's gonna be one hell of a reunion party.
Hell yeah.
Dancing in the streets, hugging and crying. My mom's always wanted to travel off planet. I think I'll take her. Thanks for coming by.
Good to have you back, Caden.
I love so much that Shepard stays silent there. There is so much power in that silence. It shows way more presence than anything Shepard was going to say would have shown. Let me tell you what, friends, there are times when you're listening to people talk about things they're struggling with, there are times where you just being silent and present via eye contact and like proximity with your body is way more powerful than anything you have to say. So in that moment, Shepard just kind of being there, there's way more acknowledgement and empathy in that moment than I think there would have been if Shepard had said something. I love his use of silence there. Silence is powerful. It's worth using. An analogy to this is actually in art. If there's any like fine art majors or anybody who like did like AP art or anything in high school, one of the things you learn when you create art is that use of negative space is actually just as important, if not at times more important, than what it is that you're actually like putting in the foreground and what you're actually filling in or drawing. Sometimes people get overly cluttered with things. Negative space, and in this case silence in the form of like human interaction, can actually be just as powerful as words. How have you been? I've been all right, Bray. How have you been? Are you doing the side missions on the games too? Yes, I am trying to do as much of the games as I possibly can.
Hey, I bumped into Edie in the hall. Scared the shit out of me. You could have warned me. She looks good, though.
All right, you thirsty dog. She's Joker's.
May I speak with you, Commander?
Yes.
Commander, an opportunity has come to my attention that may interest you.
What's going on, Doctor?
Refugees arrived at the Citadel recently in possession of military-grade medical supplies and equipment. In reviewing our inventories, I determined we have an excess of medical supplies to treat contagion, exposure, and malnutrition.
They're equipped to help injured soldiers, and we have supplies to help suffering refugees?
Precisely. Perhaps you could ply your charms to broker a trade.
Why not you? Why do I gotta do this?
Isn't this something you could do yourself?
War profiteering is running rampant, and these refugees are wary of the Alliance military. They didn't trust me. But you are Commander Shepard, the hero. You could persuade them.
All right, cool. You know what I like about Chakwa? She shoots straight. She answers my questions, and she tells me like it is. She's transparent. I love it.
I'll find the refugees as soon as I can.
Speak with Tactus. Many of the refugees near the Citadel docks look to him for leadership. Thank you, Commander.
Good for you,
With
Phoenix.
access to their equipment and materials, I believe I could increase the effectiveness of our Medigel.
I'm proud of you. I love it when NPCs actually have a good reason why they can't do the side quests themselves. Me too. It helps with immersion. See what Liara has. Man, we are just... It's... The amount of stuff in this game is crazy.
Orders. I have the latest reports on the Council, Doctor. Their security is in disarray, but it would still be weeks before we could attempt to position any agents in their personal staff.
And it's far too risky after Udina's coup. Postpone those deployments.
At once.
Volus Intelligence Archives. The Solarian Special Task Force appears to have approached the Vol Protectorate about co-developing combat implants that require rare elements found in Volus space. Schematics for these implants include plans to retrofit them to non-Solarian species should it be sufficiently profitable venture. One of these upgrades could be commissioned, although its construction would be time-consuming and must be custom-made. Power damage 5% or health bonus. Power damage. Oh, also, chat, if you're new here and you haven't seen them before, please follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you like the mental health little tidbit things that I'm using, like in ways that I illustrate psychological concepts with the game, you're going to love TikTok because that's where they're all compiled. Lots of good stuff there, but full playthroughs are on YouTube. You can catch all the VODs for these, as well as various like psychological lectures and tidbits and all sorts of fun stuff like that. And Twitter and Instagram are chock full of tidbits as well, so feel free to check me out on those. It's a great way to support the stream for free. If you want to lose the next 20 years of your life, log into TikTok. Yeah, no kidding, Ica. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, big shout out for Ica as well. Love you, brother. Congrats on your engagement, my man. Big cheers. Big, giant cheers. Love to see it. I hope it's okay that I mean, you said it on Twitter, so I hope it's okay that I just said that here, but I just, man.
Perhaps we can talk later.
Audio recording from Counselor Gajir's Senate office. Secretary Phillips. The emergency fund's gone, sir. We don't have the credits to hire enough ships to evacuate the colony before the Reapers get here. Not with the prices their captains are asking for. Counselor Gajir, what about the military? They left an hour ago. They said it's too much of a risk to come back. Did they? Yes, sir. Here. This is a passkey, sir. And an inventory? Phillips, I'm authorizing you on behalf of this city's Senate to seize any and all EZO stockpiles in our treasury in order to secure safe passage for our citizens on any available ships. These look like private stockpiles. Senate members' stockpiles. I'm foregoing re-election. Now get us those ships. Yes, sir. Jeez.
Please, enjoy your day.
Thanks, 343 Guilty Spark. I'll try. Alright, engineering. We got stuff for the engineers down here. Got a lot done on the Citadel today. What happened to Engineer Donnelly?
Thanks, Commander. That GX-12 thermal pipe arrived. We're performing the modifications right now.
So, how did I get volunteered to crawl through the ducts?
Oh.
You're the power control engineer, not me.
Damn hot in here. Hey, didn't Adams say that all in Normandy is Edie?
Kenneth, stop right there.
Just didn't tell Joker. He'll get jealous.
God, I used to love Donnelly. I just like, he's just way too much. Way too much.
We're still working on the thermal modifications. Should be done pretty soon.
I'm just like, let's just chill it out, man. Like, let's take it down to like 60%, okay? He's funny, but it's like, it's a little much. I have played Detroit Become Human. I played that way back early on in my streaming days, and people loved it. I get requested to play that again all the time. What's up, Javik?
I would like to visit the Citadel sometime.
Dude, we were just there.
Infested with traitors.
All right, well, that's an interesting subtitle that he didn't say.
Your politician deserved far worse than a bullet. And if the other human had not seen reason, his death would be certain too. There is only one enemy in this war. Reapers. No others will be tolerated.
I mean, I get it. Javik's kind of like a one-trick pony, man. Where is the... Oh my god, where is it? Not the Revenant. Where the hell? Raptor, there it is. Alrighty. All right, I'll be right back, chat. I gotta pee real quick. Be back in like 20 seconds. All right.
Never thought I'd be doing a combat drop onto the Citadel. I can't believe Udina. Great example to the other races, huh?
What's up, Dave? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Commander. I knew Udina was a dirty bastard, but I never would have guessed he was that rotten. This whole war is loco. I mean, can't they all see how we need to work together?
When people are scared, they're slow to trust.
Sure, but... what's the point? Look, just so you know, I've got a new shoot first, ask questions later policy when it comes to politicians.
Fair enough.
So Shepard is half right. When people are scared, they're slow to trust people they aren't familiar with or concepts that are new. However, they are often very quick to trust the concepts and people that they are already intimately familiar with or perceive as aligning with their values. So Shepard's part right here, but that's not really a blanket statement there. You see people tend to go very staunchly in the direction of the things that they already know and can expect and align with their values, so they don't have to think any harder than what's already happening with whatever crisis is at hand. And you're seeing this in real life right now. And I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, ultralight materials. And spare thermal clip. Valkyrie, good. And that actually opens us up to be able to probably grab... I don't know if I want to do a Hornet or if I want to do a pistol. Shotgun's not really the way. I think I'd probably just rather have... Alright, I'm good with that. Aw, doggy fell down and went to bed. Alright, combat info.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available in the war room on VidCom.
Jesus. Okay.
Commander Shepard.
Everybody wants to talk to me, man. I mean, I'm a cool guy, but I got shit to do.
Shepard. I was hoping you'd check in again.
You okay?
Been putting my old academy training to use. Organizing the resistance. You know, you've got quite a fan club back here. Any news we hear about the Normandy gives hope to the guys in the trenches.
I know what that's like, fighting in the dark. I'm glad we're making a difference.
It's more than that. A lot of these people have never held a gun in their life. When they heard that you managed to get the Turians and Krogan to cooperate, that was a shot in the arm, Shepard. Of the one thing we're in short supply around here, faith. That any of us will live to see another day.
How bad is it?
It could be worse, but not much.
Can you still coordinate any kind of counterattack?
We're hitting the Reapers every chance we get. Mostly guerrilla-style hit-and-runs, but it's not enough. It's time we started focusing our efforts.
Where?
London. Something big is happening there. Our networks in the UK say the Reapers have arrived in huge numbers.
I don't like the sound of that. Any more details?
No. And that scares the hell out of me.
Well, the Crucible will scare the hell out of the Reapers.
We're counting on it. Oh, and Shepard, I meant what I said earlier about Kai Lang. The Reapers may seem like our biggest threat, but take it from me. Lang is a vicious bastard. Don't underestimate him.
Noted.
Then I'll let you get back to it. We need whatever good news you can send our way. Anderson out.
Okie dokie. Duly noted. Well, chat, we got about 1 million places to go. Can't believe it's already 1 o'clock and all we've done is Citadel and walk around the Normandy. I haven't even fired a gun yet tonight. How about that shit? Oh man, look at all this stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Anospace, no. Horsehead. Nebula, no. No. Hades Gamma. This Hades Gamma one is driving me nuts. We're gonna go into zigzag pattern. It will make a noise. You come across the thing that needs to be scanned. Oh yeah, there's more Reapers on the galaxy map. You bet your ass there is. Like seriously, this is driving me crazy. Every goddamn time.
Reapers eluded.
Oh.
Faster than light jump successful.
This is never gonna happen, chat. Never gonna happen. I legitimately can't remember if that's just something that comes down later, or if I'm just that big of a knucklehead. All right, the Far Rim, don't want to go there yet. The Valhallan Threshold, let's go there. Ugh.
Signal confirmed. Evasion successful. I found something.
Garvug, what do you got for me? What do you got for me, Garvug? Prothean data drives. Love to see it. There it is. 160 units of fuel. We'll take it. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's go up to Micah.
Signal confirmed.
Alright, we got fuel. We got a planet to explore. Farless. Element 0 converter. Neato. And good.
Hey yourself, pretty lady.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Feely City. Appreciate it. All right, good. We got the stuff we needed from here. You love to see it. What we may end up doing is going back to the Citadel and turning some of this shit in. Ah!
Faster than light jump
I
successful.
hate that noise when I'm not ready for it. It's scary. Minos Wasteland. Investigate the Asari colony and the Nimbus cluster. Athena Nebula. Let's go hit the... Oh, where do I want to go? Hope you're well. I am well. I hope you are too, Felly. I hope you are too. I've been really enjoying stream tonight. I hope all of you are enjoying it as well. Playing Mass Effect for all of you has been super fun.
Evasion successful.
Yeah, there's like nothing here. I feel like we've come here a couple times. You know, it's almost like Mass Effect 3 like regressed back to Mass Effect 1, where like you just never quite know if you have everything you need.
Reapers eluded.
And it kind of drives me nuts. All right, let's go. Let's go find the ex-Cerberus scientists. I kind of want to shoot a gun. It'll also wipe the Reapers off the slate. I already have all the assets here. What am I doing?
Faster than light, jump successful.
Being a knucklehead. All right, let's get it done. Galax was given to the Krogan after the Rachni Wars, but bitterly contested in the Krogan rebellions and reconquered by the Turians. This left the Turians as caretakers to a levo amino acid-based world that they could not inhabit themselves, but were unwilling to give up. In cooperation with the Vol Protectorate, the Turians attempted to rent the planet out for colonization. Between the high price and a surface littered with unexplored ordnance, however, Galax found few reputable tenants. Its most notable inhabitants were penal colonies. For those who know of it today, Galax is a symbol of tragic waste, an entire garden world nearly forgotten by the galaxy at large. Alrighty. That's right, he does have overload. Cryoblast. Barrier is actually really useful. He dies less. We actually may roll with Caden and Liara for this one. Which I know is like blasphemous. Let's see, what's the lightest? I could just take this with me. Yeah, I'm fine with that. All right. Incendiary increases ammo capacity by 30%, or increase headshot damage by 25%. Give me that ammo capacity, because that's all I ever freaking run out of. All right, Caden. Increase recharge speed, because that helps me more. Increase damage by 15%. Increase damage to barriers and shields by an additional 100%. Gimme. Man, barrier is probably what I want on him right now. Increase damage, force, and radius of detonation by 30%. Increases damage taken by 5%, or decreased by 5%. Increase shield regeneration by 15 while barrier is active. Increase damage and force by 25 while barrier is active. That one. Reduce power speed penalty by 30%. Increase damage protection by 10. Let's go ahead and use that. Flash freeze and stutter unprotected enemies. Slow down the rest. Weaken armor. Drain a target's health and disrupt the resistances, receiving increased damage protection while this power is in effect. Effective against barriers and armor. Honestly, that's probably what I want. Breathe. Increase power duration by 40. Increase damage protection by 10. Recharge speed by 35. Yes, there we go. Okay. And then Liara. We'll go ahead and get stasis up. Use 2 powers in a row by giving the first power a 30% chance to call us no cooldown, or increase recharge speed by 35%. Yeah, we'll go by that. Okay.
What's the word? Do we know how long these scientists have been holed up out here?
Our intel is minimal.
Sir, I'm picking up chatter from a Cerberus squad engaging the supply depot.
Engaging the scientists?
And if I'm reading it right, sounds like more troops are on the way.
Okay, set us down, then get out of here. I need these scientists alive.
My man!
I can see why Cerberus abandoned this place. It's freezing.
All right, just keep moving.
Oh, this planet's gorgeous.
What did these people do to bring this down on their head?
Overload. Get down here, guys. But don't die. Give me that shield. Pew pew. Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, I should have done a prediction. Damn it. Let's go.
Push forward! Maybe we can flank these guys. Watch for it.
All clear. I'll check for survivors.
There we go. Let's see what we got over here. Yeah, dude, Cerberus is real annoying in Mass Effect 3. Like, they're just like, oh yeah, you know what? Screw the giant threat that's going on. Let's be an annoying pain in the ass. Which really just, I mean, sells for me the fact that they're like obviously indoctrinated. Like they're trying to sabotage our efforts to stop the Reapers at this point. So they've basically like gone against everything they stood for in 2, and I mean, I guess technically in 1, but Jacob, it's me, buddy. What's up, bud?
Jacob, how bad?
I'll live. I think.
This is Commander Shepard of the Alliance. The enemy is clear for now. Open the door.
Is Jacob there?
It's okay, Bryn.
Put a coat on. What are you guys doing?
Jacob. Oh my god.
I'm all right. The others didn't make it.
What are you doing here?
I'm supposed to be protecting these people from the elusive man and his attack dogs.
Are they gone?
For now, but they'll be back. Sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'll walk it off. Save my life one more time and I'll start owing you.
This one's on the house.
Hey, yo. Good to see you too.
Thanks, and you as well.
Shepard, this is Dr. Bryn Cole. She's in charge here.
Tell me what's going on. Intel says you're Cerberus.
We're all ex-Cerberus. Scientists, mostly.
Civilians?
Call us refugees. If we hadn't run, we'd be dead.
Why does the elusive man want to kill you?
Our stories are different, but the themes are the same. We were each using information from the collector base to work on the different components of a larger tech. After someone completed their component, they disappeared. No bodies, just gone. As we progressed, we started feeling like we were signing each other's death warrants.
The elusive man doesn't mess around. If he can't control it, he'll destroy it.
The brain trust here has to be a significant loss for him.
You had to know they were going to find you.
It's a pretty smart bunch. We covered our bases.
But the elusive man is one tenacious bastard.
You think?
Time to evacuate.
Agreed. Just need to get the AA guns on the roof back online. Cerberus is jamming them somehow. With those guns down, Cerberus will just blow our escape shuttles out of the sky.
Might be the network link.
I'll check and meet you upstairs.
Jacob, you should get that wound looked at.
I'm good. I mean, I will.
Commander, I should see to my people. Join me upstairs when you can.
Okie dokie.
You know this Jacob guy? Another ex-Cerberus?
He worked with me to stop the collectors.
Yeah, so part of why I wanted to bring Caden on this mission, by the way, as well as to build some trust with him, so that he could see that like we're actively fighting against Cerberus here. It also makes him put his money where his mouth is, where he said that he would back us up. I mean, I'm not trying to play passive-aggressive games, but I do want to see that he actually is gonna, you know, follow us.
I'm so sorry.
Jamie, I didn't want to come here with these people. It was his idea. What am I gonna do without him?
Finish the work you started.
Work? Are you crazy? We're all gonna die here.
Your partner was brave. He wouldn't want you to crumble like this.
He's right.
We're getting out of here alive. I promise.
Thank you.
God, I hate when people say what a dead person would have wanted or not wanted. It just generally is not helpful. It's a little idealistic for Shepard, who doesn't know anything about that dead guy, to come in and be like, here's what he would have wanted. Oh, God. Private message from Horace to Bryn. Bryn, I don't like this. I've managed to get eyes on some of the research the others were doing, and I'm getting a sense that a big picture here beyond anything we could have imagined. In our worst nightmares kind of imagined. I'm going to start sabotaging my work. That's how bad it is. We need to meet up and talk ASAP. H. Shit.
Commander Shepard, Dr. Gavin Archer. We met on Project Overlord.
That's one way of putting it.
Yes, well, after you took my brother to Grissom Academy, I tried putting all that behind me. I don't suppose you have any news from there. I've heard rumors the Academy is in trouble.
Ooh. Well, I give the guy some credit for not going and trying to get to David. Honestly, right now, I don't think it's useful for me to let him worry. I just don't. He's safe. I don't have to tell him where he is. I can just tell him he's safe. We're good. Him being preoccupied with other shit's not going to help us right now.
I was at Grissom Academy. Cerberus tried abducting the students, but David's okay.
Oh, thank God. Commander, you have no idea what that means.
It's a little late to start worrying about his safety now.
I never stopped. I know you think I'm a monster, and you're right. Not a day goes by where my dreams aren't haunted by what I did to David. All I can do now is hope that one day he forgives me.
Okay, so this is really... I see this as being a divisive moment for many. Because I am sure there are some people that hear that statement and think, okay, cool, he took accountability for it. He called himself a monster. And if he's willing to be reflective and try to do better and work in a direction that's going to help the universe and keep David safe and all these things, like, I'm all for rehabilitation. I'm all for people learning from their mistakes and doing better in the future and giving them a chance. That's one camp. I'm sure there's other people that are like, nah, man, what you did is unforgivable. Screw you. I want nothing to do with you. You can kiss my ass no matter what kind of good stuff you do. I'm not here to be the arbiter of which one is right or wrong, but I will tell you that I, as it relates to him, fall in the camp of absolutely don't agree with what you did. We'll probably never forget it. It's not my place to forgive it. I don't really care about that. That's for David to decide. But if you're going to take accountability for it, you're going to recognize that what you did was wrong, and you're going to do things to try to make amends, I'm here to entertain that and to see where it goes. And I can still have boundaries. I can still make sure that you don't know where make sure you're still not in contact with David, things like that. But, like, I'm not going to just, like, write this guy off when he's potentially useful in the fight against the Reapers right now because of something he did back in Mass Effect 2.
What are you doing here?
I strayed too far from the path. This was my only refuge. As a boy, I wanted to be a scientist remembered for doing right by the world, curing a disease or discovering a new element. Not a monster who tortured his own brother.
What did you say to the elusive man?
I told him if his intention was to work with the devil, he only had to look in the mirror. I wanted out of his nightmare.
He just let you go?
If it had been that easy, I wouldn't be hiding here. Every Cerberus soldier in the galaxy has orders to shoot me on sight.
What happened to Project Overlord?
After your intervention, the elusive man insisted I find another test subject. Someone who shared my brother David's abilities. I couldn't bear the thought of reliving the nightmare, so I destroyed all of my research. Overlord is no more.
All right.
I have to go. And I'm not even going to pretend it was good to see you again.
I understand. But Commander, thank you for saving David. Both times.
Well, I mean, whatever. This is one of those moments where Shepard is his own autonomous thing that I'm just kind of controlling to some extent. It breaks my immersion with Shepard a little bit when he has these reactions like that, because that's not in alignment with how I look at this. Like, I'm not going to be a dick to this guy. I can still be like, look, yeah, we got some trust to build, but hey, I appreciate what you're trying to do now. I hate that Shepard's like, you're a dick, and I hate you. Like, if that's how he feels, don't give me a choice of how I interact with him. But that's neither here nor there.
Low power. Please wait. Reset complete. Access enabled.
Get the techs from Stockholm Cell to pack their own crates. I need you up here.
Don't be a jerk. There's only 2 of those guys. It'll just take me a minute.
And make sure those samples from Project Mia get out on the second shuttle.
I've already dropped one box. My hands were shaking so hard.
We're going to make it.
What's the status of the guns?
Still waiting. I have my best people on it.
How many scientists are here?
43, plus research assistants.
How did you maintain secrecy with that many?
When you fear for your life, there's a lot you can do.
Bryn, I can't possibly dismantle the genetic amplification components in time.
I'm sorry, Dr. Boehner. It's important work, but right now you need to tend to your family.
Wait, there are families here? Children?
You gotta be kidding.
So these refugees brought everyone with them?
Yes. We have about 17 kids here. Partners, spouses, parents. I promised these people refuge. A new life free from Cerberus. I just never imagined the elusive man would...
That's what evil counts on. That it's hard for good people to imagine. Okay. Everyone left gets out of here alive.
That is one of the most powerful lines that Shepard says in the entire trilogy. Because it's true. Evil people, people who take advantage of others, people who do horrifically terrible things, bank on the ordinary person having reasonable expectations that they can then operate outside the realm of. In fact, sometimes evil will violate expectations so grossly that people can't believe that that's actually true, and will find ways to either justify it or ignore it because it's so beyond the realm of their expectations. It's such a powerful line, and I love it, and I get goosebumps every single time I hear him say it.
This escape will have to be carefully executed.
I'd hoped. We tried so hard to make sure it wouldn't come to this.
What's the news?
Can't tell. Only know I can't fix it from here. I'm going to the roof. Cerberus landed a shuttle there a couple minutes ago. You in?
Jacob, you're injured. I'll fix the guns.
No way. These are my people. I'm going.
Just because you survived one suicide mission doesn't mean you get 2.
Fine. But I'm gonna talk you through it from here. Cerberus is probably jamming the satellite link. Radio me when you found the controls and I'll give you the override code.
Will do.
Or just give me the code now in case the radio goes out. Seems a little inefficient, but alright, whatever.
Dr. Cole? Got a moment?
Of course.
What's your relationship with Jacob? We went through a lot together.
An old colleague of his introduced us. Through Jacob's eyes, I started to recognize what the elusive man had become. I guess I was so in love with my work that I refused to see the obvious. Its sponsor had become corrupt.
I get that. That's why it's important to have good people around you.
I don't know what we would have done without him.
So I'd like to call your attention back to the loyalty mission we had with Jacob in Mass Effect 2, because I actually think that there is a good chance that his experience of that mission is actually what turned him around on the elusive man and what's happening. Jacob had to confront right there in the flesh the fact that his father was something that he couldn't have imagined that he was. And ended up reconsidering. I mean, he didn't like his dad to start, but like he really reconsidered his dad on a big level and basically looked at it and was like, holy shit, like these people were all basically like indoctrinated into a bunch of nastiness because of what one guy wanted. And then the elusive man is basically parallel processing that. So Jacob, seeing that with his father, very well could have looked at the elusive man and been like, wait a second, I'm like one of those people that was in my dad's camp. Maybe we should not follow this guy. So, seeing the elusive man through Jacob's eyes, I actually think in some ways is related to what happened on his loyalty mission. I don't know that for sure, but it's possible.
What kind of work did you do for Cerberus?
Until the elusive man became preoccupied with the collectors, I worked in physics. It was a researcher's paradise. I had access to cutting-edge tech and all the personnel I needed. The elusive man spares no expense for technical perfection.
That technical perfection's almost killed me a few times.
It also saved your life. Strange to think about, I would imagine.
Yeah, maybe.
But then, life is full of uncomfortable ironies. Isn't everyone's?
How did you get away?
I was a loyal senior employee. There's a lot of freedom in that. When our fourth colleague disappeared, we organized and were out the door in days.
And until now, Cerberus never suspected you were hiding right under their noses.
We honestly thought we had it all figured out. It's...
You guys like how my helmet moves with my chin? That's some pretty cool technology that came out in 2174. Makes it a lot more comfortable to talk to people.
So what's this work of yours that Cerberus wants so badly?
It's based on tech gathered from the collectors. In essence, it involves dissecting Reaper-to-Collector communications. Dr. Horace Armstrong and I were working on a practical human application. An implant of sorts. Once he'd completed his component and moved on to less valuable work, he disappeared.
What kind of work did you do for Cerberus?
Until the elusive man became preoccupied with the collectors, I worked in physics. It was a researcher's paradise. I had access to cutting-edge tech, and the elusive man spares.
Already did this.
But then, life is full of uncomfortable ironies. Isn't everyone's? Thank you again for everything.
I like how we're having that chat while we're actively getting bombed. Personal log, Bryn Cole. With Jacob's help, we managed to ascertain that several of our colleagues were in fact killed. Contracts terminated is what Cerberus called it. Makita, Scott, Daniel, Chunhei, Anika, and so many others I didn't even know about. All of them gone, disappeared without a trace, just like that. We should have left sooner. I don't know why we waited so long. I can't remember what seemed so important that we had to stay just one more day. What was I thinking? Good question. Okay, got some funds.
Leave those things. Let's just get the hell out of here.
Everybody's so calm for the fact that we're getting actively bombed.
I'm in here. Shepard, I'm in here.
Yeah, I see you. Hold on, buddy. I gotta get some credits. Read some data pads. Outpost report, Jacob Taylor. Outpost now 48% operational. We've reorganized some of the storage rooms around the central core, turning them into living units in order to save power. The outer areas are all condemned now, which should provide us with a buffer should Cerberus agents find us. The guns are functional, but I don't like how exposed they are. I'm going to look into finding us some shielding on the black market. Okay.
Hey, you okay? How have you been?
Give us a minute. This is crazy. I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
I know the feeling. So how'd you become a gun for hire?
Long story. It was an opportunity I couldn't resist for people I came to care about.
You seem good. You look good.
These are great people. Defending their ideals, I like it. I think I found what I'm meant to do.
Hey, speaking of Dad. You know, hey, don't mind the fact that the fortress is getting bombed right now. Let's talk about your dad.
You still think about what happened to your dad?
Haunts me more like.
Okay. Okay. I mean, basically all that's saying is, yeah, I got some intrusive thoughts about it. I don't like it. I mean, I love how, like, why even ask the question if that's what we get from him?
How long have you known Britt?
We met through a mutual friend in the Mumbai cell. Guess I've known her for a year. We had a lot in common. Then she came to me about her missing colleagues. Asked for my protection, my help finding a place to run to. How could I say no?
Who is she to you?
We're together.
And you run this enclave with her? You settling down, Jacob?
Yeah, maybe. It's just, if these are our final days, I want to spend them protecting these people. Building a life. Whatever's left of it.
What's the story, Jacob? Why are you working at a place like this?
After we got back, well, things look different when you come back from a suicide mission alive. So I quit Cerberus, I quit everything. And sat by the Mediterranean for a while. That's when I lost track of you.
Sat on a beach, huh?
And what did all that fresh air and meditation teach you?
That what I choose to fight for better mean something to me. That it comes from the heart.
I respect that.
It's real tempting, Shepard, but I like where I'm at. I'm important to these people. I want a life. I want a family.
Sure, I get that.
No, Shepard. The Normandy's your real love.
Doesn't mean I don't want to say to hell with it sometimes.
But you won't. You can't.
Anything on Cerberus I should know about?
The elusive man became obsessed with indoctrination. I know that. You ever wonder how it all went wrong? I mean, was I blind? I remember him being an idealist. How come I couldn't see the evil?
Don't beat yourself up. And if you ever get that crystal ball working, give me a heads up, because I'd love to know how this all plays out.
Right.
So we often talk about systematic desensitization in, like, phobia work and how we basically desensitize people to things that they're afraid of. There's an argument to be made that systematic desensitization can be used to allure people into agendas and seeing a person in a way that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise seen if the extreme was out front. The elusive man has very progressively moved to a space of evil. He didn't start there. If he started there, it would be too jarring and obvious that it's against Jacob's ideals or our ideals. But if he starts with, like, we have similar values and we share a similar vision, and pulls people in that way like Jacob, but then progressively over time becomes a lot more extreme in his methods, it can be systematic enough and incremental enough that you wouldn't notice the difference, in the same way that you don't see the way that your physical, like, countenance changes unless you look at a picture of yourself from 5 years ago and you go, Jesus, I look older. It's the same kind of concept. And the elusive man is smart enough to know that this would be the case. He could get good people to follow him by just keeping a very incremental pace on the craziness that he is willing to engage in.
I should focus on getting these people out of here.
You bet. Let's get to it.
I'm not willing to die to save this data.
Never trust somebody who stares at the sun all day, burned his eyes out from it, and got robot eyes to keep doing it. Attempts are ongoing at figuring out what the end product of our research was meant for. While it's obvious that the delivery system was to be implant reliant with evident neurological applications, many questions remain as of yet unanswered. The loss of Dr. Horace Armstrong in particular is hindering our efforts to speedily reconstruct the nature of the elusive man's goals. We have several parts of the whole, which has led us to chilling conclusions, but we are nowhere near figuring out what the said whole might be, and that's what scares me the most.
No, I'm okay. Let's just do this.
I thought we covered our bases.
Told you that we should have gone to Sanctuary.
All right, let's get out of here.
These people had no plan beyond hiding. They didn't stand a chance.
These civilians had no hope of coming out of this alive.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Let's go ahead and gear up here. All right, good to go. Pull hard. Okay.
Heads up.
Done.
Right away.
I love that, like, that doesn't do anything for them. They're just like, oh, that was weird that that thing just broke. Boom, baby. Oh, I need to put a. I want to put a prediction in. Go ahead and vote, fam. Will I? Oh shit! Will I die? If I die while we're still doing the vote, then I'll just refund. Here we go.
Have to find the satellite tower.
Absolutely clutch singularity. That was big time, baby. Oh, God. Oh, come on! No way! No way! I'm so sorry. Oh, no. That was the dumbest way to die. Holy shit, man. I gotta go all the way back. Oh. Oh, my God.
Heads up. Affirmative.
I'm on it.
Oh. so dumb, man. So dumb. That was going so well, too. Oh, man. All right, it's over. Focus on the task at hand, Ryan.
Satellite tower.
Your death there doesn't matter anymore. Idiot. Now I get the audio glitch because I died. So annoying, man.
Right away.
Oh, crap. That's not the gun that I thought it was. Going a lot better this time around. Boom, baby. I still cannot believe.
Have to find the satellite tower.
That I let that kill me, man. Oh. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it, even though I'm not over it. You know what I mean?
Jacob, dish should be back online now.
Affirmative. But the guns are still down. You'll need to manually activate them. Head back to the front of the facility.
More enemies in our path. Shepard, shuttles overhead.
Get them before they hit the ground. Run the gun! Gotta get him off that gun! Move up. Keep low and find cover.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Run, Shepard. Please. Oh, my God. All right. Oh, God. We gotta keep moving. Come back. Oh, crap. Crap. Dude, Shepard, don't get caught. Oh, my God. Pretty sure they spawn indefinitely here. So, like, I'm gonna have to move up. Yeah, dude, I've died so many times to geometry. I mean, it's become comical at this point. Yeah, I definitely have to figure out a way to get moved up. I'm gonna blow through all my freaking Medigel, man. This is too risky. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit, that worked. Oh my God.
We have to get up there and activate those AA guns manually.
Oh my God, it's taking all my concentration. Oh my God, I did it! Oh shit! Oh man! Oh. That worked way better than I thought it was gonna. That was like stay calm but be ballsy. Go ahead and save. Let's go. Hey, dude, the Vanguard charge is legit. I'm telling you, man, someday I want to do a thing that requires me to do one of those cylinder turny thingies.
The other gun is still down. Let's get over there.
Let's go. I'm gonna need that code, Jacob, that you told me about. Nice little med kit for me, huh?
Failure at junction. Repair and reset.
God damn it.
Okay, one of us has to make these repairs.
Cade.
Cade, you do the repairs.
Yes, sir.
Stay focused, Liara. Just you and me.
Yep,
You bet, Shepard.
And you stay right there, cause I'm gonna need your singularity.
How are the repairs coming? Working on it.
Clutch. This is why you have Liara. Because those singularities are freaking top notch. Cerberus is kind of dumb. They should just drop people right here. We'd be totally screwed. Oh boy. Caden, can you hurry up, my man? Ugh, God. Phantoms, man. Oh, where is she? There you are.
All done. Just need to bring the guns back online.
Woo!
Gotcha. I'm on it.
I mean, Caden, you could just push it in while you're there.
Power restored. Circuit reset. Guns operational.
Shepard, AA guns are back online.
Copy that. Let's get these people out of here.
Hell yeah. One stupid grenade death.
Okay, the guns are already picking Cerberus ships out of the sky. Where are we at?
On track. First shuttle is already loaded with everyone under 16.
Commander, when should we leave? What's our best chance for survival?
Jacob, what do you think? Are we ready?
Almost. We could go now. There's no do-overs here.
Agreed. We get one shot.
And we don't want to leave anything behind that could strengthen the elusive man's cause. Your call.
All right. Let's get these shuttles in the air.
Evacuation is go. Evacuation is go. Stand by for shuttle launch.
Have the guns punch a hole in the perimeter, then launch Shuttle 1.
Shuttle 1 is away.
All right. Everyone here head to the shuttle bay and...
Suicide fighter took out one of the guns. Cerberus troops are...
Get those people out of here!
Oh, and here I thought we were done. Yep, we're coming, buddy. On my way.
Let's go, people!
Clear the shuttle bay first so we can bring the... Then get out to the landing pad.
Will do.
Jacob, break up the main door.
Got it, Shepard. Will do.
Okay, let's get these people out. Here we go!
Oh, good. More Cerberus. Oh boy, I gotta take out that shield generator, or we are in trouble. Oh shit. Oh boy. Freeze him, please. Freeze him, please. Oh my god. Oh, Liara dying there is literally, that is literally the worst thing that could have happened. Is having her die right there. I'm so dead. Oh no! Caden's in like the most. Good. Push up a little bit. We gotta take that out. All right. All right. One shuttle remaining. Come on, baby.
Jacob, come in. What's your status?
Shepard, the facility's overrun. Cerberus troops are all over the place.
One more shuttle of refugees to go, right?
Affirmative.
We got this. Just need to hold them a little longer.
Singularity is gonna be huge.
Take out that shield generator.
All right, where's the Phantom? Yeah, Phantom is priority numero uno here. Where's she at?
Shuttle 3 away. Evacuation complete.
Did she die?
That was the last of the civilians.
Shepard, heads up! The place is overrun. We gotta go. Headed to you with the shuttle.
Understood.
Oh! Well.
Commander, we got company! Big company! Jacob, hang tight. We'll clear you a landing zone.
How fun. Be alright, I'm gonna need you to get behind this box immediately! God damn it! Liara, get down.
Right away.
Ears down. I need to be able to target this guy. There we go. Come on, baby. Oh, man. Get behind your box. Get behind your box. Thank you. You have to stay right there. Get up. Hey!
Roger that.
Tango with Delta squads are underground. Take down Shepard!
Thank God they're stormtroopers.
Shepard!
Commander!
Reinforcements arriving, sir!
Out by the skin of our teeth again, eh, Shepard?
Nice to see you back in action.
Yeah, feels good.
I was afraid we wouldn't get anyone out alive. But because of you, we got almost everyone. Thank you.
Dr. Cole, I have a request. One you can't afford to turn down. I need your help against the Reapers.
Without a doubt. I'm at your service. And I'm sure you can count on the others as well.
You too, Jacob. I need you.
Of course, but I wouldn't mind staying with these folks.
Keep them safe, then. The Alliance needs that crucible.
You got it.
All right. Report to Admiral Hackett for your assignment.
You know, Commander, I've never met anyone like you. Just feel better knowing you're on our side.
Thanks.
Shepard, when this mess is over, drinks are on me. Be safe out there.
Hackett here.
I'm sending you a large team of scientists.
I have the dossier.
They're all Cerberus defectors. Keep them safe.
Will do, and I'll put them straight to work on the Crucible.
Jacob Taylor is with them and is already working to find a place for the families.
He'll be a valuable asset as well. Snagging Dr. Cole from the Elusive Man is a coup. Having her on our side could be a huge win for us.
The sooner we can get the Crucible finished, the better I'll feel.
I'm with you.
Shepard out.
Man, my only death was that grenade. Oh, that mission went so well. Aside from that. Ah. All right, let's read about our new allies real quick. God damn. Element Zero Converter. Element Zero refineries are large industrial facilities that remove impurities from the element, also called EZO, before it's used to fuel starships or gravity generators. It's an important process, as sending an electrical charge through impure EZO can cause the element to explode. By setting up conversion facility beside the Crucible, EZO can be mined, refined, and supplied to the project in record time. The fuel pods scavenged from the field of debris in the Valhallan threshold were once attached to a fleet of merchant vessels making long, risky journeys into uncharted space. The pods have been repurposed for the Crucible project. When activated, the Crucible's fusion reactors consume entire oceans of helium-3. Fuel pods serve as emergency reservoirs, should the weapon use more power than expected. Nice. Ex-Cerberus. Data liberated from a Cerberus research lab includes reports on the composition and strengths of various Reaper units. Alliance scientists are fact-checking the information, but it appears to be genuine, so Alliance military VIs can use it to strategize against the Reaper's ground forces. The Elusive Man's search for humanity's best attracted many renowned scientists. Cerberus offered generous salaries, brand new facilities, and unfettered research budgets. Despite these lavish perks, some began to worry about the ethical ramifications of their work. The scientists rescued from the Galax were among the first to leave Cerberus. They diligently helped to construct the Crucible. Dr. Bryn Cole is an ex-Cerberus scientist who studied the technology left behind by the Collectors. She eventually cuts ties with the Elusive Man and helped dozens of scientists and their families flee the organization. The Doctor has joined the Crucible project, using the knowledge gained during her employment with Cerberus to help build the weapon. Gavin Archer was a well-known synthetic intelligence specialist from the Terra Nova who just disappeared years ago to work with Cerberus. Now that he's parted ways with his former employer, Archer is among the scientists working on the Crucible. His study of VIs and AIs, in particular the Geth, gives him unique insights into parallel processing and inter-system communication that have already improved the weapon's efficiency. After helping Commander Shepard destroy the Collectors, Jacob Taylor cut his ties with Cerberus. He joined the war following an attack on Safe House for former Cerberus operatives, where he was hiding out. Jacob turned down formal reinstatement into the Alliance Marine Corps, feeling his past with Cerberus disqualified him from their company. Taylor is instead a consultant, advising the Alliance on Cerberus tactics and defenses. He also participates in missions that target the Elusive Man's holdings. Cool. All right.